Are we ready?
We are ready.
We are starting the Unclicked podcast. ourbmx, Ryan Fudger, and Corey Walsh.
What's up?
Welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, sick. How's it going?
Good. So, you're drinking caffeine again.
Yeah, apparently. But fuck it.
You've been off the stuff for a while. Today's your first day back.
Yeah, I've been. I was tired today, so we just got back from a trip. So I drink caffeine today, but I'm like 8 months off of not drinking caffeine technically. Except
Why
for if
would
I'm,
you do that to yourself?
I stopped. I just I don't know. I got over it. I was like drinking so much, dude. Like and getting headaches all day. Like if I wouldn't drink like 3 coffees a day, I would get like huge headaches at night. And it'd be like 8 p.m. and I'm sitting there like drinking a cold brew, like to get rid of a headache that I paid $5 for. And just like I got to the point I was like, yeah.
Didn't you do the math too? And it was like thousands of dollars.
Dude, I did my taxes, yeah, and it was like way too much.
Damn.
Yeah.
So today's the day you're back. Just gonna
Yeah,
spending
off the
thousands of
wagon.
bucks, getting
No,
headaches.
it's like moderation now. We're good. If I'm really tired, I'll have one, but
Slippery slope.
And that's just a
Yeah,
tea.
right.
It's probably got a little caffeine in it. How was the trip you were just on?
it was
Speaking
good.
of that, yeah.
Sick. Rickfest 2020.
Rickfest.
Bunch of homie Ricky and a bunch of dudes just went on a camping trip up to Mammoth. So yeah, it was sick. Like get out of the city for like 4 days. It was tight.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You got a big old crew, other van lifers.
Dude, there was like 15. Yeah,
That's what's
we
up.
had like one other van like with us, camper van, and then everyone else was in like 4x4s. It was sick.
That's so dope.
Yeah, it was good.
How's this is kind of when I asked the Instagram question, a lot of dudes asked like the whole process of right now the whole world's on border lockdown, quote unquote, whatever, but you're Canadian back in America. How is that going?
Yeah,
What's the process with
it was
that?
crazy because like we actually got stuck, right? So we were in South Africa and then everyone flew home. Like Jason's like home now too, but he's actually stuck. But like my process was easy. I could fly. You can fly from Canada to US right now, but I think you had to have a good excuse. You can't just be like, I'm going to Disney World. You know what I mean? But because I had a visa and I had to come back here, like they didn't even ask anything. Like they were just like, all right, yeah, like you're good. Like didn't say a word.
So with the Canadian visa, you just booked your ticket and flew right here. No questions asked.
$200. It's cheap as fuck right now. There was like I had like 6 rows in front of me and 6 rows behind me empty. It was
That's crazy.
Sickest time to travel.
That's dope.
Yeah, no one's in your way. It's dope. But
So backtracking, I mean, everyone talks about COVID. It's kind of annoying, but you have a pretty crazy story. You guys were all in South Africa filming the video.
Last call to lockdown.
Last call to lockdown.
yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't that crazy. It was just like you're so
It was a weird time though because you didn't know like what
there's so much
exactly was
info and
happening.
you're like everyone's panicking because they don't know what this virus is, right? And then we're in South
It seemed
Africa.
like the Black Plague in the beginning.
Yeah,
like,
right. And then we're in a place that does not have a strong like medical system. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then we heard rumors that like if it locks down, they could lock you in.
Yeah.
Which happened in where did that happen? It happened in like South America somewhere. I forget where.
I
but
think
it's like,
a handful of countries did
yeah,
that.
they like actually locked people in. So we were just like, I think 5 days early, everyone flew home.
Yeah.
And then my ticket was like, thankfully Vans helped out with it. But like, man, I looked like 2 days after at my ticket and it was $5,000.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and it had like 3 stops, which is crazy. So I got a ticket that had 1 stop in London, and then that was it. So that was easy.
So everyone on that trip is from different countries, and everybody probably just like, didn't it go from like the best trip ever, or the whole trip was amazing?
It was
I heard.
sick. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like it was such a good trip, and it just like sucked that it kind of just.
It was literally the week that like the news feed, all you saw was like,
Yeah.
we're dying, everyone's
Yeah,
dying,
dude, and then
stay
we're
in your
just, like-
house, and you guys were in South Africa filming.
And we got sick. That was the scariest part. Like I got sick, Greg was sick, but it wasn't like coronavirus sick.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I had a cough for like it was over 2 weeks. Like a gnarly cough that I was like trying to hold in the whole time, and I'm like sitting there like fucking we're like in all the townships and shit, right? And like kids are riding our bikes and stuff, and I'm sitting there like giving them hand sanitizer after because I'm like like it's like in the back of your head, but I don't think.
Yeah.
You might have brought it back to Canada.
Yeah, it might have been dude. They were like, all right, automatic testing when you come back, and and I wrote on the paper, I have symptoms, and then nothing. They were like, just go home. I was like, yeah, they were like going to test us. Like we were told we'd get tested and stuff. And I was like, yeah, sweet. I'll know. And then I can go back to my parents' place if I come up negative, but they didn't tell us. So I went back to my sister's.
Damn.
Yeah.
And then you get back to Canada and you just had
You were
downtime,
chilling for a while.
real
right?
downtime. You said you're
building
kind of
ramps
crazy.
in the driveway.
Yeah, it was
DIY
like
spots.
3.5 months. That was real.
Everyone's
like,
doing flat rail tricks. You're building 8-foot quarter pipes.
Dude, I was losing my
It's
mind.
such a good.
That was good. That day that popped up on Instagram. Like,
Well, it's crazy. I had to convince my parents, like I was like 12 years old again, like, hey, let me do this. And then, yeah, like just took it. Dude, that quarter pipe was like $400, dude. I was like just losing it. Like no skate parks. All skate parks are closed.
Yeah.
My parents moved away from like our hometown where we were, and they're like 2 hours north now. So don't know anyone. It's like there's nothing around there.
Wow.
So it's like it was like 3.5 months of isolation, just hanging out with your parents.
It's not like everyone else is like, I'm back at my parents' house hanging out with my old friends. You're like, I'm at my parents' house, but I don't know anybody.
Like my good homie Josh is there. I still have a bunch of friends, like, but they all live in like a town called Cambridge, which is like 2.5 hours away from where I live now. So it's hard to reach out to them. And then you're like at your parents' house and you don't want to kill them by like getting this virus. So then you're like even more shook. Like, yeah, it was crazy. And then Canada's a lot different than here, because like Canada went like serious about it. Like when I feel like coming back here, I was like all weird. Like I was like, this is fucking odd. Like at home, everyone's on lockdown. No one's going out. And then
I think America is like very different if you're in San Francisco compared to if you're in Huntington or in Texas compared to like Dallas or Austin. It's like Canada was like very across the board.
It feels pretty normal out here.
It does now.
Yeah.
I've let it go now. Like I respect like I try to be safe for everyone. I'll wear a mask, try not to be around people when I'm standing around and stuff. But like me getting it, I don't know. If I'm the perfect situation to get it. I have to use public restrooms because I live in my van. Like I have to like be around people. Like I can't, like my van, you can't keep a van perfectly clean with like Clorox all day, right?
Yeah,
like,
of course.
So
what's the situation if you wanted to go home right now?
I can't. I can fly. I can't drive.
And then do you have to quarantine for 2 weeks?
Yeah. I heard. I don't know if this is true, but I heard you go onto like an app, and it tracks you, like GPS tracks you, and if you leave, it's like $750 fine if you get caught outside of like a stationary place, or 6 months jail time.
Oh wow,
that's what I heard. I don't know if it actually went into place.
That would never flow.
No.
People would freak out.
What is it? The 6 months jail time or
$750? I think. Don't quote me. This
I would go on the $750.
Yeah, imagine that. It's like, oh fuck, real broke. It's like I'm going in.
No, I'm sure. Like
get a loan if you don't got it. Damn.
The jail time is like the maximum thing, and then the fine is So.
And everyone's on like government funding there, so it's like someone's got to have that money right now. So yeah. What did you guys get? You guys got like $1,200 stimulus check.
We got a pack of Skittles. And
dude.
Nah, people are getting hooked up here though too.
Were they?
Dude, my brother just got. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are getting it, but he filled out all his unemployment for all the weeks previous, and he got 18 grand put into his bank account.
Oh shit!
Because he hasn't been working the whole time.
Yeah, they were doing like $2 grand.
What?
And then plus 7 he's getting now too.
Oh wow!
You got to just fill that shit out, right? I guess he's like, dude, no one knows about this. I just spent 2 hours. I made all this money. Like,
oh shit! Yeah, so, and then you're gonna get taxed with it probably. Then.
But then Japan filled it out and he didn't make anything. So it's like. I don't know how it works.
It just depends on your income and stuff like that.
It's just like the coronavirus. It's confusion.
I took out because obviously like I'm a sole proprietor or whatever, so I took out like a PPA loan. But it was only like I shouldn't say only compared to your brother. It was only $5 grand, and I think I have to pay it back. But it's like a 1% loan. But I was just like, oh, this is here. Might as well just take it just in case.
So here in America, we don't even get how it works. Some people are making 25 grand. Some people are making $500. My dad filled it out, and he checked one of the wrong boxes, and he made $700 because he wrote coronavirus doesn't affect me because he's like passionate, like fuck that. It ain't messing with me. They only gave him $700.
Yeah, I don't even like what the fuck's going on.
Yeah. But getting free money for pandemic's pretty crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Dude, there was like millions of people signed up for it in Canada.
How was it? Wasn't it pretty good?
It was
in Canada?
amazing.
They were helping everyone out.
One button. And you get $2 grand into your account in 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, and they did it for like a period of, I forget how many weeks it was, but I think it ended up being like 5 months.
Damn.
It's going to be interesting to see what the actual backlash of all that is.
Well, they're taxing it 30%. So you got to keep like, for the $2 grand, like 300 or something. Yeah. I don't know my math, but
600.
Yeah, you gotta keep it. It might be less than that, and then you have to pay it back at the end of the year. Yeah. And I think if you get like caught working, or
so people are gonna be in debt at the end of the year
for real. Like I'm pretty sure if you get caught, like because you had to have under $1,000 going into your account, but I think they're gonna check everyone, and then be like, if you fuck up, like fine you. But who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows where that money comes from?
Crazy times.
So was it a hard decision for you to actually cross that border, knowing that you kind of would have some issues going back?
It was weird for sure. Like there was like hesitation, like because dude, it got in my head for sure. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what to expect, but then I had to leave. I had to come back, and it was like kind of a no brainer at a point, and I come back and it's fine. Like. everything's perfect.
You went straight back to Huntington too, right? Which Huntington in California is like one of the most opened up places from what I've seen.
We went straight back to a Vans thing. Like we were doing a Vans thing right away.
Yeah,
like crazy. Like I wore like an N95 mask on a plane and stuff just because I knew I was going to be around people, and I was like, I'm going to be like, I wasn't touching shit.
And you realize everyone there is just like mask.
Everyone's just like full throttle, like fucking spitting on each other. Like I'm like, what is this? It's so crazy.
That is so crazy. Like you can be in your own world, locked in, you know, and then you go somewhere else and they're just totally opened up, not giving a fuck. That's how, because San Diego got closed down, but then you've seen people like renting Airbnbs in Arizona and Scottsdale, and it was like they were going crazy doing ass luges and stuff. And in Florida, it's just like no one's locking anything down.
You see like raves going on and stuff in downtown San Diego and shit like that. It's like, dude, back home, if you were doing that, like you get fucked. Like you'll get caught. Like there was like a period where you couldn't have a group over 5 people unless you were in a family, and they were like popping people for having parties and stuff. So.
Yeah, over in Rich Forn's island in Majorca, he was sending me all these messages. He couldn't leave his house.
Rich Forn has an island?
Yeah, his own island. That makes a lot of sense.
To Rich, it's his own island.
Rich is on his own island.
He's on his own island in the Mediterranean, and it's a Spanish island, so they were like super scared, you know?
Yeah.
So he could only leave his house one time a day, and he'd get like something stamped by the grocery store, and if it had a stamp on it and they caught you out not going back to your house, it was like some crazy fine. And he was just racking up fines.
And everyone here thinks they have it rough. Like I gotta wear a mask.
That's when I heard people
delusional.
People would be complaining. I'm like, dude, Rich lives in his little apartment by himself. Like imagine that. Like we're pretty lucky still. We're gonna be okay.
Lucky.
We couldn't like walk into Home Depot or hardware stores.
I mean, that's part of the reason why there's like 160,000 people dead too, though. But
there is.
It is. I mean, we don't need to.
It is. We're
talking
serious.
about COVID way more than normal.
It's like some Joe Rogan shit.
Yeah, we don't talk about this, do we?
Well, because Corey's got an actually interesting case where he's like, everyone else has just been normal, you know, like, but Corey's gone from one country to another, and like, he's our first guest who's actually.
And
done that yet.
It's crazy too because the states look like it's insane. like from an outside perspective, it's like what is happening?
America just
like the news.
Cooked,
right? It's like not even. It's just like crazy. It's like everyone's so trapped here, and it's like no outside perspective.
Because America is the world, man.
Oh God! Like
There's
people are like,
else.
it's a conspiracy. It's like, all right, sweet. The whole world's under a conspiracy right now. Like our government's controlling us. All right, the whole world's government is controlling us. It's like,
what have you learned about American politics on our road trip?
Dude, I don't even want to. Dude, that's something that. Oh, dude.
Let's not talk about any American politics.
No, it's not. Everyone's gonna get mad. Like, calm down, dude.
All right, where do we go from here? Let's jump off the COVID case.
What's your plan while you're here?
Hanging out. Yeah, this is life now. I got, I think, 4 years left on my visa, so.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm here for 4 years.
4 years, and then either got to renew it and then figure it out. So just kind of living now, and then,
The van life thing's pretty epic. You literally your house is on wheels, and you get hit up for a trip, and you dip.
Van life.
Van life.
But no, it's good. It's like I don't think I can go back to an apartment right now just because like I'm so comfortable with like how this life is. It's like I think I'm like 3 years in, or like 3.5 years. So it's like it's I don't think I can't rent anymore. Maybe down the future, like when I'm like okay, like calm down. But right now it's like, all right, we're going to Mammoth sick. Like
your house comes with you.
House comes with me. I didn't even have to pack for that trip.
You were like excited. We were riding, and you go, "Oh, tomorrow maybe I'll have my first chill day in a long time. Maybe just hang out." And you were on the phone. You hung up. I'm going to Mammoth. It just takes off for like 5 days, and it's like, why not though?
It was the sickest trip ever.
Yeah.
Dude. It was one of the best things I ever did, and I highly suggest a lot of people to do it too. I hear everyone talking about it, and it's like. It's sick because it's not really I hate the stigma behind van life. Everyone trying to pursue this idea of like what it is, but living in your van is sick. Like like for our lifestyle and like our culture, you can go anywhere.
It definitely has like a hipster, like a bohemian, escape the world,
right? And
kind of vibe.
And that's the van I have now too. It's like the bougie, like, and it's I got like payments and shit, but it's like not what it's not like
payments.
I know shit. That's like not how I want to live, but I did it because it's like, all right, if I'm gonna do this,
you're really
like,
living in your van.
Yeah, I'm like
you want
really
a nicer
living.
One.
Like, dude, my other vans, I would get hurt, and you're like, fuck, now I can get hurt and like crawl into my bed. Like before it was like you're like crouching down and like trying to get into your van, and it's like you can't stand up. It's just miserable. So
and some people do the van life thing.
What van do you have? I guess
I got like a ProMaster.
ProMaster,
I
don't know shit.
Ram.
So
it's just a like standard cargo van.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not like a Mercedes, so when it breaks down, you're not fucked.
Understandable.
Yeah, like 40 grand. But no, it's styled. Like thing
and
rips.
it's all converted, right? Like everything.
I converted it back in Canada, and then I'm like pre-converted. I'm like changing it all right now. So
cool.
Yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it works.
Oh yeah,
not bad.
Let's talk about concussions.
Oh God, fuck!
I've seen you get a nasty one. You wear a helmet all the time, which
all the
is
time.
super cool. It's like if you get on your bike, it's just on. It's almost like
it's almost I can't.
It's part of you.
I can't not.
Yeah.
No, it's like, but I've been hitting my head since I was like 5, and I have like serious post-concussion symptom problems, and it's like, dude, it sucks. Like I watch myself and I wear a helmet, and I'm like, oh fuck, look at this thing. But it's like something
what
that's
do you
like.
mean?
Like
you don't like how it looks? Is that
no,
what you're
I don't like. But
you're a full-time helmet, right?
Full-time helmet.
To me,
so
it's so
you've been
normal
and
and
you've been
cool.
like that. For
it's not like you switch and then it's weird. You know what I mean? It's like, but like I look at it, but like how anyone self-analyzes themselves, and then they're like, oh, look at this thing.
Of course, yeah.
But it's like if that's gonna make me be able to ride more and be able to be healthy and prevent things, maybe like, fuck yeah, I'll wear it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, yo, wear a helmet. Like if you don't want to wear a helmet, that's cool. It's your choice. But
when you race, I assume you wore a full face too, right?
So it's like going to half shell. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
full faces are insane. Yeah. But
And it's not like like when we're in Arizona and you're filming, you hit your head, and I thought it was just going to be a little concussion a week, and then back to normal, but you couldn't even look at your computer for months or
3
something?
months, but that was because I hit it twice. I had like a double hit trying that, like because I smoked my head off the wall, and then 5 trays later, I like.
So we talked about Gary. We talked about the S curve with Gary.
Yeah.
So we got to talk about it with you. That's what you're talking about. You guys went out to Arizona, and it's the curve wall, gap, curve wall.
Yeah.
And so what essentially happened? You guys prepped it up, right?
Basically, I am not man enough as Gary to try that fucking thing. Dude, that thing's fucked.
You tried it, dude. You're man enough. You were sending it. He was like, once he almost got it, it was like switched on to you're committing every time, and it wasn't like feeling it out. It was like,
so you were close.
Oh my god!
I was not close. No.
How many times did you
try? He was
try
close.
it?
He's being modest. He really
I think
was
we were
about to get it.
Like 45 an hour in. I think it was a long
I'd say
time.
it was 15 tries.
Yeah.
We cut the tree the night before. You cut the tree.
Well,
and
like 15 actual tries, and then like the other ones were just like.
Yeah, you filled it out for a little bit.
Yeah,
but once you started trying, though, it wasn't long. It was like.
Well, and I smacked my dome twice, so it's like I knew I should have stopped after that first one.
So what happened? You hit it like.
I just I did a stupid fall. I like went into it, and then I slid out, and it like off balanced me, and then I just smoked the side of my head like on the wall. And I was like, oh shit, like I was kind of seeing stars, and I like.
But you didn't say anything. No one even knew. It didn't even.
And I was so adrenaline out, and you get in that zone where you're like kind of like fucking like tough guy mode, right? Like, but
you're gonna get that shit.
But I should have stopped because I knew I hit my head, and then 3 tries later, I fucking drilled my face.
Head into the ground.
Yeah, I like caught my pedal on the top of it, face first into the bottom of it. It was sick though. Like it's
so you caught your pedal. So you did the first curve wall and then caught your pedal on the second.
Super high into the second one. Like that's the thing where he's saying
dove.
He was doing it. Like he's saying he didn't come close, but it was like the one that because he was going up and like shooting for it. Like the one that he got on there, he was gonna do. And then he was going for it, and it just barely clipped his pedal, so it just sent him because he was full on committed, diving in, and when it clipped the pedal, he just like had nowhere to go besides head to the curve in the ground.
Yeah, and like my concussions are interesting too. Like I remember everything.
And you have a certified helmet, right?
Yeah, certified.
Okay.
You went on the rest of the trip with us. You were sitting in ditches on the chair.
Yeah,
like, you seemed okay.
That's how my brain works, though. Like I can function, but it's like I deal with post-concussion syndromes bad. Like, and then that is because I've had a lot. And that is why, like, you have to take care of them and you have to not fuck around with it. Like, it's like if you hit your head again during when you have symptoms, you could be fucked.
Yeah.
And so that's what it was. Yeah. And I knew I had symptoms because, like, I was so in a fog for like 5 days, and then I was like contemplating going to the Netherlands for that contest for some reason.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, and then like 3 months later, I'm still in physical therapy trying to get my head better. So it's like, yeah, like the shit's real. I remember every second of that crash too. Like it's crazy. I didn't get knocked out.
You said the same thing about the crash in Palm Springs.
Yeah,
too.
I
right?
don't.
Ooh.
All my knockouts are they're fucking not knockouts.
Yeah.
Like I remember every second of it. I
That's
don't know
so
why.
crazy.
Every concussion I've ever had.
Every concussion I've ever had, I don't remember.
Exactly.
Shit.
I don't know why. I always wake up in a deja vu too. It's always a situation I've seen before.
Huh.
Don't know why. So
Crazy.
it's weird, but then but I still get all the symptoms. I still get. So it's kind of harder because So now if I hit my head, I'm done until my symptoms are gone.
Crazy.
So that's cool. Though. You know how to like take care of them.
Well,
now.
it's
You
scary.
don't fuck around.
Dude, I had one in racing. And it was like
That's what I was.
back to back. It was like within a week. I was in England, at a race, and I knocked myself out. Like, whoa, I like hit my head hard, and it was bad. And then a week later, I'm like back at home feeling better, so I like hit my head again, and it was over 6 months, like of pressure in my head. So basically, whenever I get my blood pressure up and up,
you had swelling?
No swelling. Like,
okay.
so I would like, you would like stand up, and then you get like boom, 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 like, so it's just pressure. And I had
for
to wait
6 months.
6 months. I had to wait for it to go away, and finally it went away. And you're just like, it's like a crazy process where you have to work your way towards each thing. Like you have to like, okay, you wait, and then the next day you try to do exercise again. And if you get some, you sit your ass back down, and then that's the protocol.
That's the therapy.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably some like depression thinking that it's not gonna. I would think it wasn't gonna end after 5 months, 6 months.
Like multiple people, like so many people, it doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Which is definitely scary. But it's like, I also believe that your brain is like a bone, and you can heal it. And if you do the right steps to get there, it's gonna be okay. And it's almost like, I've talked to like Dak and shit about this before, and a bunch of people. It's like you're almost just learning your new reality. So it's like things feel different, but you're like, it gets easier. And then like you're learning how to cope with that, like everything that's kind of different. So like maybe I still deal with this fog, but I'm just used to it now. You know what I mean? So
that makes sense.
And a lot of people too will take especially in the action sports industry, they'll smack the fuck out of their head, and then a couple nights later or that night get blacked out drunk.
Oh yeah.
And you know, I think that's a crazy when you put those two things together. It's almost like getting a concussion and then going and giving yourself a concussion like 2 nights later, because it's hard to cope with it. So you'll
hear about people just like ripping bongs after too and stuff. It's like, when I hit my head, that's what got me off caffeine. I stopped drinking caffeine after I hit my head, because caffeine's not good for you. Your brain's healing, because it like activates your brain and gets stuff going.
Well, it's time to. It's like should be relaxing.
It should be relaxing, and then you're like firing stuff at it. So, it's like, dude, it's shit's crazy. You gotta take care of it. So,
it's very cool. You know about it though, at least.
Know the process, but comes with learning the hard way. And I know multiple close friends that deal with it and everything too. It's like, take it serious, because
for sure.
Yeah, it's not a joke, and it's just. Be cautious with it. I do promote helmets. Like, it's fucking sick. Everyone's wearing helmets these days, and I never thought that would be in a day and age.
Why not?
And it's like, why not? Like, I'm sure from other aspects of like people looking in at a skate park, they're like, look at these fucking kooks, but it's like, fuck you. Like,
I don't think so. I think anybody that goes as fast as you go wearing a helmet makes perfect sense.
I think they look at you like they would not even think about the helmet.
I'd be like, that motherfucker needs a helmet for sure.
Well, it's like when we go on crew trips with like our crew, and then like if I go on a trip with like the cult crew, it's like, it's different. Like everyone's wearing domes and stuff, and then even like within cult, people are wearing helmets now too. So it's like, and I'm not like trying to be that person who's like, wear a helmet, because it's like,
that's cool,
man. Like you're an art form. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And if that's gonna fuck you up, then don't wear one. Like, because I know like I had a conversation with like Chad Osborne when like the helmet was negatively affecting him, because in the back of his head he's like, all right, I'm going to war. And it's like, I get that. It's like, dude, being confident is in what you do is like a big part of like getting hurt.
I do have to say though, because Chad Osborne took that. Chad Osborne is the reason that I put a fucking helmet on.
Right. Dude,
because when he fell on a sprocket 180 on a flat ledge. And you know all the gnarly shit.
Sprocket 180 on a flat ledge?
He literally was doing a sprocket grind to 180, like he said he was going pretty fast. And I wasn't there, but he fell and landed on the back of his head, and that's how he got this super hard concussion and like cracked his skull or whatever. And I talked to him on the phone afterwards, and I literally got off the phone and I was like, I'm gonna wear a helmet. And then motherfucker, like a year later, he's not even wearing a helmet anymore.
He's doing better now. Man,
I was like, I'm wearing a helmet like 4 years later because of him. And
dude,
he's not wearing a helmet.
He was like calling me and like getting trying to talk to me about it too. This was a while back too. And like, I get it. He had a hard time with it. I think he's wearing one now though. I see it. Like, I see like him and his little dude wearing one now too.
Right,
it's like, you just got.
It's just funny. Like it was just such a heavy conversation, and I love Chad, so I was like,
he's a fucking man. Dude.
And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna put one on. You know, and it's just like a year later, I was like, where'd it go? Like, but it just.
I don't know much about that head hit he had too, but I'm pretty sure he hit his head like twice. Like, because he was in Australia, and I'm pretty sure he slammed and then came back home and hit his head again.
Oh, really?
Which is what I deal with all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know enough about that to say that, but
I don't know either.
Crazy. Careful of double head hits, man. That is like the biggest one I preach. Like, just fucking hit your head, chill.
Yeah.
Definitely. Take a break.
And when you're riding street, I think you should wear a helmet all the time. You know, whatever, like you said though, whatever you want to do is cool.
Yeah.
But like in a skate park or riding trails, like when you're riding street, you're very like focused, one thing at a time. But you could smack back your head doing a sprocket grind. You know, you never know.
Yeah.
But riding a skate park, when you're consistently riding like that, or riding trails, your hands are a little sweaty. It's like one slip up and you're going 30 miles an hour. It's like, and you're riding for like 3 hours. You know,
slightly clip coming in, and you didn't know you were slightly clipping.
I try and put it on every time riding a skate park, even if it's chill, just because you just don't know when you're, you know.
Well, that's how like those slams usually work, right? Like
you never know, and it's just boom, your hand slips off. Like Mikey, you know, the best trail rider in the world.
Dude,
on a trick he loves, on a jump he loves, and his hand slipped off, and it changed his whole life.
The fucking goat himself. Yeah.
Yes,
that is true. So you brought up racing.
Mm-hmm.
That was a huge part of your life.
Yeah, so crazy.
For how many years?
Man, I retired when I was 20, and I'm like a month away from being 26, so 6 years now. And I don't even feel like that's my life anymore. Like, I look at that person like back 6 years ago, and I'm like, who the fuck was that? It's like this last 6 years is almost like when I started my life, which is pretty crazy to think about. But like, dude, I feel like myself. And it's like back then, like I had a conversation on the last trip about this, and like, man, that life was so crazy compared to this one. So I'm only introduced to like 6 years of culture of like everything, like music and like bikes and riding and other things in life. Like, yeah, that shit.
You just feel like you were super sheltered with,
dude,
with
you're
racing?
like, yeah, you're so directed towards one main goal that you're like blocking everything else out that you don't realize. It's like, and that's competitive sports in general. It's like, be the best, and it's like, yeah, fucking you are, and in your head you have to think you're the best. And like, man, thinking that mental state now, it's like that's like one of the most unhealthy mental things I could have done right now. Like, because it's like, dude, like once you let that go, you can finally breathe, and it's like, so yeah, I don't know.
So you started when you were like 5.
Yeah, I started when I think I was like 6, but I was riding skate parks when I was like 5.
Okay.
I was trying to claim 4, but I went home and I like couldn't find a photo of myself like riding when I was 4, so I think like 5. But then racing and like from 5 to let's say like 17 was like the sickest thing ever. Like, so, and then it was like from 16 to 20 was when it got weird. Which is like when you're
just too serious, or
very, very, way too serious.
Because you were, I mean, I guess you said you went to England and you were on.
Yeah, I was on like the Canadian team, like Olympic, whatever. But I was never gonna make it there. I was like the kid that was like they were trying to put everything into, but like I had no snap. Like I was fucking scrawny little shit. Like they were trying to bulk me up, and like they're like, we're gonna make something of you. And like in my head, I was like, man, I'm not going to. Like they're like you see improvements, but it's like, man, I'm next to like Nick Long in the gate. And
he's huge,
and he's
right?
huge, and he's like fucking. Like I talked to him about that now, and I'm like, that's so funny. Like, dude would like
he like looks over and you there he is.
Yeah,
down
it's
there.
like it's crazy. So I could like say I was like on the path for the Olympics, but it was never gonna happen.
Yeah,
like so.
It's a good stepping stone, though. You know, you said it's like a weird time in life, but it showed you riding skills. It showed you BMX, and now you can look at it and be like, damn, like. Thankful to have,
you need,
because racing's for some people, but you know,
100%.
You stepped away and realized like the seriousness in the end there was a little too much. Now you get to live in a van and just rip skate
what
parks.
does the race world think of like freestyle?
I think they idolize it in certain ways, I think, but also it's so different now from when I was growing up with it that I don't even know. Like I don't know what's going on at tracks anymore and stuff, and it's probably the same old thing. Like but I think they look at freestyle kind of like, I remember growing up and like someone said to me like, you're not going to be one of those freestyle kids, and that like stuck in my head like from when I was a little kid, and like that is like one of the reasons why I never pursued what I was doing, just from being a little kid and hearing that, like, and you don't know like how to like filter that out and be like, oh, that's bad information or good information.
You just put it in your head.
It was in my head, and then I'm like, yeah, don't be one of these freestyle kids, make sure you're a friggin' top shelf racer. And it's like, yeah, and then here we are now. So yeah.
Shout out to racing though, because I feel like
I have nothing but respect for racing. Yeah, I love it.
Those racers, watching those videos, and like Instagram videos always pop up. I'm just like, dude, people got so good at racing. It's insane. Tracks are getting crazier.
It's the craziest sport.
And when parents ask like how to get the kid into what we do, I'm like, take him to the racetrack.
Yeah.
Let him get good at racing.
I want my kid to race.
Yeah,
it's so cool, especially. You know, it's cool to take it seriously if you're one of those people. But before, like, I quit at 13. Yeah. I was 13, and I was like, this is starting to get a little serious already, you know? Like, the seriousness can take away the fun, but then take all those skills, and then the skate park's going to be better, or the dirt jumps are going to be better.
Yeah, no one's teaching you how to to ride with your like friggin' switch foot or something at a skate park, or like no one's helping you, right? So it's like, yeah, like I owe everything to the people that helped me growing up, because it's like how you establish a pump.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, shouts to Brendan Arnold. It's like my coach since I was like 6. Hell yeah. Yeah. So,
were they bummed when you quit? Like, what was that process like? You're like, oh, I've been doing this for 15
dude, it was
years. I'm done.
It was like,
was it a hard stop, or was it?
It was very hard. It was like 6 months of trying to figure it out, and like I was still racing at the time.
In
too.
Your head, or
yeah, like in my head, like it's pretty crazy. But Texas Toast was my deciding factor. I like went on a trip. So crazy to even think about this. Like I went on a trip and I was like, what's this like? And I was like, how crazy is that? Like 20 years old, like what's this like? I'm not already a part of it. And then it's like I get there and I'm like, yeah.
That was the one that you won Gauntlet of Death.
Yeah,
right?
but but then I went on a road trip out there with some buddies, and then
I made a video about you, I think.
Oh, sick! Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
That's crazy, because I feel like a lot of people, like myself, when we all saw you there, just seemed like you're a quote unquote freestyle kid.
But I always rode skate parks, like that never went away. You know, I grew up with my friends riding street and skate parks. It's just like when it got serious, it got different. Like that's like when I moved to Vancouver, is like when we moved out there to race.
I assume they tried to discourage you from riding.
100%. They were telling me I couldn't ride skate parks because I would ride like once I moved out to Vancouver, I found bowls, because I was like, we didn't have those back in Ontario, and then I get out there and I'm like, what the hell is this shit? And I'm like riding all the time, and because of that, I was like not going fast because I was always tired, and then they're like trying to stop me from doing it, and then I would like have to sneak off and shit. But yeah, so. Crazy world.
6 years in,
did your parents care? I guess.
No, they're so supportive.
Yeah,
yeah,
cool.
They were stoked. I think they were kind of, because it's like you put a lot.
And you were making money off of it. You were a sponsored professional racer.
I was getting paid by the government to race.
Okay, because of the Olympics.
So I was eating, like I was paying rent. That's it.
Yeah.
And for reality, like the reality of a lot of those dudes, you can't, like that's it. Like you give a lot to that sport, and it sucks to like look at it that way, but you don't get a lot out, and you're like risking everything.
Yeah. It's weird that there's not that much money in it, because it seems so legit, and there's so many people and kids that do it, and there's tracks everywhere. Like, how come they just never got
it's just
the love
one of
they
those things.
deserve?
But that's like competitive sport in general. There's like there'll be like 10 dudes killing it, and then it's like when BMXing, there's probably racing, it's like 4 dudes killing it, and then everyone else is like
4 dudes. Yeah,
like I never got paid by a frame company.
That's the thing too. They expect you to be so serious about it at that age, you know. And you're like, you think I'm going to be one of these top 4, and like it in your head, like I'm not going to get there. So what is the point of all this?
Like
unless it was really fun, but if it's not fun,
yeah, then it got. That's what led to everything, right? Like I remember my coach, like I was in the gate with Nick one lap, and then I got my ass kicked, bro. And I just did a moto whip over the last jump, and I had a smile on my face, and my coach like grabbed me by the collar and was like, do you want to fucking have fun, or you want to fucking win? And like that was it from there on.
You're like, I know my decision.
I was like, fuck you, dude. Later.
Damn.
Yeah, but it was like 6 months of fuck you, dude. Later. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, what a crazy thing.
Shouts to Texas Toast, because without that, no, I would have quit still. But
yeah. So you're still racing during Texas Toast?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
You go back and you're like, here's my Gauntlet of Death trophy. Fuck
no,
you, I'm out.
like I think at that point I was like, they kind of knew, but man, I was like, it was a process to get off, because like to get off government funding, and I like rode for this like bank called CIBC, and they had me on
you
this
just
like
started smoking weed, so you just pieced out.
No, not at all. Yeah, imagine
spending
that.
$1,000 on coffee instead of smoking weed.
Well, I was like on whereabouts and shit, right? And you have to like retire from racing to cancel out for whereabouts. Do you know what whereabouts are?
No, it sounds very Australian. But
it's the drug.
He's from Canada.
Yeah, I know, but it sounds like Jason whereabouts.
Yeah, whereabouts. No, it's the drug testing thing, and you have to like put in your phone like where you're gonna be every day and shit. Like it's nuts. Like so they can come check out on you, because if you're a professional athlete, and then it's like, oh, you go and you're gonna retire.
They're probably doing this on the freestyle side
now.
Yeah, probably,
for sure. Yeah, it's like they knock on your door at 5 a.m. and stuff like that. But I knew I was done, but then they're like, oh, you're gonna like go away and then come back for a year. And I'm like, fucking, they're like, we're gonna give you a positive test. Like they kept like emailing me like, you need to update your shit, you need to update it. And I was like, I don't care anymore, like I'm done.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, you need to make an official statement to retire. And I remember just being like, I don't give a fuck. Like I think that was my last email.
That should be a statement.
Yeah. And then they like left me alone. But I know you're meant to like actually retire, because like they'll be like positive test you, and then they'll like publicize it. They'll be like, oh yeah, like positive test, and it's like, okay, sick, yeah, right. So,
bullshit.
Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy.
So I had to deal with all that too, and it was just like, and then once it was over, it's over. So yeah,
racing.
Let's talk about Fast and Loose.
Yeah.
The world's wondering. That video was going to premiere at Swamp Fest. You guys are done.
Yeah.
And
time crunch to get that
happening?
video done. And
yeah.
then
amazing.
The world just explodes. And it's like, yeah. So we're going to drop it. I was hoping for beginning of September, but the process is like crazy with COVID and everything. I'm trying to get it shipped out to shops that want it all over the world right now. So we're going to have like physical hard copies, DVDs of it. And then we're going to have a digital download as well.
Sick. So just changing it up. No Premiere now because you can't.
We might try to do a little one.
Oh, cool.
But like, man, we're so new to this and we're trying to figure it out that it's like we're working on getting a bunch of artwork for shirts and stuff so we can drop those with the video and stuff like that. So it's just a process. So it's like once I get these and I'm dealing with this DVD factory that's like a shit show. Like the dude's like so hard. I just got a hold of him today to get more copies because we're out of copies.
Damn.
And then he's like on it right now, but it was like 7 days of like the dude's like all over the place. And I'm like, oh, are they going out of business? Like what's going on? So if I can get some of those, then we can lock in a date.
Duplicator.
Oh, dude, he's nuts too. Like the guy's like fucking just going everywhere. So yeah. So if we can get those, then we can set a date. Once we get all our artwork and shit, then date will be set and we'll have it and it will be out.
Sick.
And that's it. So.
You guys got a good crew. I mean, me and Chris Fox talked about it a bit on Unclicked and Jason and everything, but you guys got a dope crew. And what's the plan with everything? Did it all come together naturally? Like
super naturally. It's crazy. We actually have like a fit, like holding it is crazy because it's like we never thought we would actually finish that. And
it seemed like you guys just all of a sudden like you were doing trips together, and then it was a crew, and then the video was just like almost finished. It was like it just unraveled between just like homies doing trips, and
it got real too for like 3 months there. Like editing that video was real because it was like, all right, we got to get this done, and none of us have edited a video before. Yeah, and it's like so it was crazy.
And you guys didn't even know who was editing it?
No, we didn't
at the time.
No, so it was wild. Like,
and you edited it?
Cardova did a bunch, and then like I kind of took over from where he was.
Why'd he bow
out? He didn't bow out. I don't like. I kind of like.
You pushed him out.
I didn't push him out. I didn't. But I was like, I felt like I had the sources to get it. Like, and I realized like what it was going to be. Mm-hmm. And I kind of just like fucking started ripping because I was at home for that concussion and stuff like that. Like I had nothing to do for like a month, and I was like, just let me do it. Like, and then so that's kind of how it worked out. And we're all not together at once. Like I was at home and stuff. Like Matt and I, like I wanted.
That was the original plan, was to you guys would edit it kind of together.
Yeah. But then from there, we were talking about other people editing it. Like it was just a shit show, you know. Like everyone's got their own opinions and stuff, and it's like, so I just kind of like. And then I had Vish by me, and I had like Foley and. Like we were filming that Arizona video and we had like an Airbnb, so it was perfect. Like I could work on it every second I had free. So, and that was the only reason I could get it done. So
I love that you guys make this video and you don't even know who's going to edit it.
Yeah,
you're just filming.
That is the sickest. And that's the thing that sucks about it too.
It's a homie video.
Yeah, well, but you have like this vision for what you want it to be, and because we didn't know how to do it, it didn't turn out that way. Like because there's parts in our video, right? And I don't like that. Like, well, because it's like kind of selfish. Like that's not what our crew is about. We were all together at every single one of those parks. And I went through with Vish too. I was like, how do we do this? Like, how can we make it like? And it's like, dude, it was too hard. Like, we didn't have any B-roll. We didn't have anything that would like link it together to like make you feel like
the old FBM style video,
or like the T1 video. Remember the T1 video where it's like
cool.
Just trips. So it's like, so we got this thing done. It's like it's a hard copy now. It's sick. We're gonna move on to the next one, and then boom, we get hit with this fucking shit show. So it's like, hopefully we can move on from it, and then the next one, and then. Because we have plans for it. Like we're all motivated with it, and we want to keep it going. And we're gonna do more shit than just like make a video and sell it too. Like we want to get back to our community, so we're gonna grab it by the try to keep it going. So
yeah, you want to talk? On that last trip, we were talking about some cool plans you guys had. If things work out with the money. Well, let's just put it this way before we go into it. Like you guys have these cool plans with the money you get from people buying the DVDs and buying the shirts. It's like not just to pocket it and
like we don't know what to do. Well, we know what to do with it, but we're making this money. It's not going into our pockets. We're going to put it back into something.
It's either gas or you guys had that cool idea for that big giant trip. Sick.
But that's in the future that we don't.
He doesn't want to say it.
I'm not even going to say that. Okay. No, do you know how big of a fucking
put it on the
pressure
table.
That is?
Put it on the table.
No, but like maybe one day in the future we'll see if something works out. But we're going to hold jams and shit too once stuff's opened up. Like I want to make BMX look cool because BMX is fucking our lives and it's sick. Mm-hmm. And like, dude, Trey's doing it, but other than that, it's like, and then like pro cups are sick, but like I want to show some like the real shit.
You got to take it over, you know, like it's in your hands to make whatever you want look as cool as you want, and you guys are doing it the right way to take that money and put it back, not just
so like anything.
I want him to put it on the table. I want to hear it. I don't know what it is, so.
No, I'm not saying it.
God.
I can't call that out. Do you know how gnarly that is? No.
He wants to do his own Nora Cup.
Yeah, we're doing a Fast and Loose Nora Cup. Shittiest rider of the year.
All right.
Yeah, who can not do anything? No, but
Well, we'll do another podcast for that when he decides to talk about it.
Yeah. What how do you go about editing that video? Like, I feel like you guys probably had so much footage because you guys were
3.5 months.
Yeah.
Unorganized footage too, I would imagine.
No, we.
Oh yeah, you guys kept it organized.
I also lost like an entire section of trip footage. I got stolen in Barcelona.
And they just throw each other the camera too. There's no filmer.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
all learned how to film.
Oh, dude, if you look at
no
like
editor,
the first
no
clips,
filmer.
you're like, what the fuck is this? And Jason's running those fucking bars. Like those,
oh my God.
And then he doesn't want to use any of that footage, and like some of it's crazy.
Which bars? The V or whatever?
When he was on
fucking
Haro,
V-bars.
like one of the dudes in there was making him like run these bars for an extra check.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, and he didn't want to use any of that, and I'm
Jason
like,
the sellout.
dude, we need some. Yeah, right. we need some of those clips. So there's like 2 or 3 in there, but it's like, yeah, I know he looks at those like fuck, but yeah, so.
That's and the crew, Jason is coming back in January, and then
we'll see.
Well, hopefully, that's his plans. I think he's going to.
Yeah, he's going to.
He's definitely
not
going
fucking
to.
staying over there that long.
Yeah.
And then we'll get on it, like, and then next one's coming. So,
I'm assistant filmer. I'm coming on the trips to film you guys.
Next one's gonna be way sicker too.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Yeah, more people getting stoked. So
yeah. Cody's the one that I feel like you guys are gonna have to convince to get over here. He's like the only one that
I don't think you need to convince him. He's just like he's in his life.
He's got a dope job,
dude,
right?
He's
Lives
like
in
him and his
Australia.
lady are just they're hanging like they're like the best people ever. Like they don't give a shit, right?
Yeah,
he'll get over if he can, but he's happy if not. Like yeah, but hope we get to see him soon because it's been a while. And yeah, so
he's the man.
He was meant to come over for Swamp Fest too. So yeah. That whole trip got fucking. It would have been so sick, but yeah,
I know when they were still trying to run Swamp Fest, I was like, I don't think anyone's gonna go. You know, the people. It's just no one's.
Yeah.
But everything.
People are flying.
I brought it up
right
to
now,
my wife, and she was like, "No."
Everything, just everything's so weird, and I get why Trey was like still trying to run it. You pour that much, much heart into something. I get it, man.
And when your state, what you're looking around in through your eyes is completely normal. You're like, why would no one come? You know, like you know.
But then it's like everyone on the other, like the rest of the planet, wouldn't be able to come.
They're looking and seeing the news, and they're scared.
Going.
You know, so it's like
Same for Battle Agents. Like they just
that was crazy too. I was like, you guys are gonna.
Yeah. AK was like, want to be on my team, and I was like. I'm not going to be able to get over there.
Yeah,
like, that's not even physically possible.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that no matter what. Charter a boat or something.
Yeah, so they got shut down, and then they said they were even battling with kind of just the moral aspect of it because
imagine like someone gets sick,
getting all these people come from Spain and different parts of the Europe coming together, and then it's like they're all going to be together, and they just
on the news COVID-19 breakout.
And they paranoia started coming into
just
the
breathe,
plan.
Give it a break. Everything will come
just
back.
accept it.
Yeah,
but domestic road trips are dope.
Yeah,
right. You know,
you can still live it. Like
everything will be back to normal soon. They'll get everything under control, and you can have so much fun right now.
Take advantage of this time. Everyone, because you can get on the road and you can go ride skate parks. You can go have fun.
Go camping. Go ride schools. There's schools right now that are like skate parks because no one's been in them for 6 months. They don't give a shit if you're riding them.
Yeah,
you can be in schools. You can go ride skate parks.
Cool. Kids are out of the schools and they're just sitting on the deck of the skate park now, though.
That's true. There's some.
But you can, dude. There's like
endless summer, so skate parks can be crowded, but schools are empty.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, it is bizarre. I mean, the amount of times you get kicked out of spots these days is like literally like a tenth.
Dude, up in NorCal, we were like chilling in schools, and I was like, damn, if like it made me kind of think like all these schools are empty. They're like little parks nowadays, you know, like you can just hop a fence and be in a private park, like not a skate park, but like a just dope park setting with trees and grass. Like, it's...
well, we were like building concrete shit back home, and I think that's the only reason we got it done. Was because of all this going on and everyone like freaking out and like being scared and like we're just like in a ditch like visible like pouring concrete and we're just like fucking running it and it's working and we're like if that was normal times we'd be done. So dude,
people nowadays like you could be filming a clip on an apartment roof and everyone's just been is just so grateful to see something like the show comes to them almost.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
we were up in San Francisco and we were getting a clip at these apartment complex and everybody came out. We thought we were getting kicked out and they brought their little girls out, gave them seats to watch. Like it was just like, we can't do anything right now, but like the circus came to town. Like we all just all our bags got out of the truck.
Entertain us
Hey,
now.
please, leopard-haired man, entertain our kids for 15
I ate
minutes.
so much shit in front of these two cute little like 5-year-old girls. It was just like, this is the weirdest scene ever, but this is so cool.
Sick. Yeah.
Live entertainment.
Right. It's crazy.
Did you like the? So you've been messing with DIY though. You're like getting pretty into that.
Yeah, I love it.
That's cool.
Yeah, build some stuff in San Diego.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm down.
We got that one idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
Let's do it.
Put it on the table. What idea?
So you know,
just tell everyone right now.
So Corey's homie clip in the new Vans video
you say it out loud and then you have to do it.
Yeah, well, we don't have to.
He hadn't said it out loud.
Yeah. I don't even know how like shit in SoCal blows out. Like, right? Like,
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Well, like California's like shit back home was blowing out. Blowing out is like people going to it and posting photos, which really means nothing.
I think California might be the worst place for
exactly.
Instagram.
It's like you build one thing and it's like, like holy shit. So it's like, yeah, I want to build stuff here. We just need like a crew. Get Jason back and then let's do it. I know Gary wants to come.
Down. You build stuff in Home Ave.
Yep. I've done some stuff.
Yeah, sick. Well,
I'm good at keeping lookout and
we'll get you to carry the
bags.
bags.
Carry some bags. I can help.
Yeah,
I don't know what I'm doing, but I can carry a bag of cement.
Yeah, sick. I know we need to do more of it. People need to build more stuff. Like, it's not that hard and it's super fun. Our community needs to get a hold of that and just fucking grasp it.
Yeah, because definitely there's zones where you can build trails. The dirt is like amazing, but you know, San Diego, it's very hard. We got sandy, rocky, crappy dirt, and building trails isn't as fun as other places.
Once it's done, it is hell. Once it's done, it's there, and it ain't going anywhere.
And wood too.
And wood too, yeah. So it's like, yeah, just I feel like fucking so many people are lazy. You just got to get over it and just go do cool shit and build stuff, and it's worth it.
Lazy, or they work Monday through Friday.
That is, well, I'm talking
only
about,
have their weekends.
Yeah,
but right now, a lot of people got that fun employment money coming in. Go build some transitions.
Did you call it fun employment?
Fun employment. Yes. All my friends can have fun.
I also know multiple people that work a job though and still do it. So it's like,
Now there is no excuses, like you said, but a lot of people do that Monday through Friday. They might have a family, and it's
I
tough
get that. Yeah, of course.
Go down to National City and get in the get into an alleyway, and people are like, "What are you doing?" Building a little transition.
There is that dude on Instagram that just does like random little. It's more on the skate side, but he'll just like go in and put a couple of bags on like a rock or something, and he'll just post a photo of it. And
dude, that's like the whole skate world right now.
What does he do?
He just happy hunting.
Oh, he makes something cool, and then like you have to go find it.
But it just lets people go find it. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It's sick.
Do that around San Diego. That sounds fun.
Imagine being a part of the skate world and then building something. How fucking...
They could just ride such small... I mean, they could put a bag or two on something and it's and it's fun for them. But like for us, it's like kind of an operation.
Yeah, it's like, well, we built this spot for that Vans thing and this like shoe promo that's coming out and it was like 40 bags.
Yeah.
And it was like...
insane.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, the stuff... Well,
40 bags is also like nothing. Compared to
Vans shoe promo?
Yeah. It's like there's a couple shoes coming out for Cult and Vans. So this is a collab, so we just did a little project with it. And
made a little DIY for it?
A little thing, yeah.
Sick.
So
send me the pin.
hopefully it's okay, I can say that. But yeah, so
it is.
That's cool. So they're getting a shoe soon?
Yeah, it's coming out. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but...
You just did?
Yeah. No, they've already talked about it. So it's coming out, but COVID's got everything. We were meant to do a trip too.
Yeah, you can't really make
and we're still trying to do that trip, I'm pretty sure, so we're just waiting for that, so...
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I got those...
Competitions. I feel like coming from racing, and apparently you didn't like the competition side of that, but I mean, obviously you ride some events on the freestyle side.
Yeah.
What is the main difference, and what's kind of like your mentality with it?
I hate it.
You hate it,
but I'm grateful of it because it allows us to like do what we get to do, right?
Yeah.
But I hate it. Like just the fact of like someone's like judging you what you do, and it's like you're riding a bull how you wouldn't usually ride a bull. Like, you know what I mean? You're like doing like a minute run and like dying.
Yeah.
And you're trying to keep everything clean. And it's like, I don't do that. Like, I like going to the skate park and just like, you look at something and you're like, all right, this is what I want to do. But I'm grateful for it because like Vans gets it, like allows us to travel.
Dennis left the door
all
open
around
and
the world.
So,
yeah. What's up, bud? But yeah, so contests are sick, but... And if it wasn't for those, like that full of Fast and Loose video probably wouldn't have gotten finished.
That's true, yeah. Indirectly funded by events all over the world.
Shouts to Vans, seriously. We gave him a shout out in that video because it's like, Colin hooked it up. Colin and Jerry helped us out so much during all that.
You also, I listened to the Rollback podcast last night.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, you said something of effect about being a different person. And I think you said something similar to that while racing. Like you were not the same person. Like in kind of what ways? Like what ways have you grown in the last 6 years? On freestyle,
man, just like totally just finding your like
that.
Like just
touching on that a little bit.
Straight
more.
Up finding who you are. Like just like I felt like I grew up in like 6 years, finding out like what music you like, what people you like to be around, everything like that, right? Like your whole mindset changes. Like you're just trying to figure your whole self out. And if I was still racing, I wouldn't have been able to do anything because like the way I found that out was through traveling, being around people, like getting fucked up, like you know what I mean, and then like not drinking and shit like that. So
Branson, come on out, bud.
Let's go, bud. Come on. He's like, you're gonna fucking pet me right now.
He's gonna get bored here. Come on.
Yeah, but so you could imagine like you grow up so fast, right? Like everyone tries to learn who they are, right? Yeah. And it's like, so it's crazy.
Interesting. I guess the concept of that is so like weird to me. Yeah. You know, I guess if you played football your entire life and then you stop and then you
get hit with life.
Yeah, you do something else and
it's like even like mental health, like the amount I've learned about mental health is insane. Because mental health is like one of the biggest problems in our fucking world. Like, and I fully believe that. I know so many people that deal with it. Yeah. I deal with it heavy too. It's everyone deals with it and no one talks about it. No one talks about it. It's crazy. Like Dak touched on it. Yeah. I know that. And then it's wild. There's like, how many people are there? There's like 7.2 billion people in the world. And then like Chris and I were just talking about that, and everyone has their own situation. They're all going through fucking hell at one point. So it's like, it's crazy. No one talks about that. And just like growing up through that, like the last 6 years of seeing all my friends that like deal with full on just like mental abuse and everything in their own heads, it's like that changes you as a person, right? It makes you kind of tough skinned to like what this world actually is.
Yeah, it's definitely talking about stuff like that on a public outward facing thing is definitely hard, you know, like
and it's like, man, I'm the person who's like, I want to talk about it because it's like it needs to get talked about, like because like that's how you lose people because they can't have any sort of like outreach, when it's like you should be able to outreach. You should be able to tell your friend like, hey, I'm fucked right now, I need help. But in our society it's like it's not okay to do that when it should be. And it's like, man, I've dealt with so many things with my friends, like just trying to get through shit and just like trying to help them when it's like there's no fucking help. And it's like even when they try to outsource help, there's no help. So it's like, so
what do you think the solution is when you have problems like that?
Talking, figuring yourself out, reaching out. Like seriously, people care about a lot of people, and in their own head they don't believe anything's possible and stuff, right? Like when most people reach the end towards like mental like illness, when it gets to that point, it's like they're alone, right? So it's like just trying to understand people that they're not alone and that there is help out there. It's going to be hard to find, but you can do it. And it's like, just talk to people, like tell
maybe
people.
On the other end, make sure to have your ears open too, and don't like just...
Yeah, of course. It's like, you have to listen. Like people just need to talk because they think they can't. And it's like everyone thinks they don't matter in that scene, and that they're like it's hard to talk about, but in reality, people will care, and you got to talk about it. So yeah, I don't know if there is a solution. It's just...
It sounds like that's the best thing you could do, is talk and have someone to listen. And if you're on the other end, make sure to listen.
Yeah, people need to feel like they're not alone.
Don't put anyone down.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you have no idea what people's situations are going through. Stuff comes out of your mouth and you're like, you could be destroying that human. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's crazy. Especially in the world where everyone's so sensitive right now. It's hard to like distinct like between that, right? Like it's like you say one thing, it doesn't really mean that much, and then it's like, so yeah, it's wild.
That's cool.
It's a very sensitive topic. I think, I don't
know how you guys got into this. I came and sat down.
we talked about changing as a person.
Yeah, just the going from being on the race side to freestyle side. He said he wasn't the same person that 6 years later, he's a completely different person. So I just wanted...
And who knows when I'm 30? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, what is 30 going to be like?
Hell yeah.
Probably be sick. I'm going to be like, through all these good ups and downs, like stoked. Yeah. It'll be cool.
As long as you learn from them. Stepping stones.
Learn from everything. Yeah.
Like, don't just take them as negatives, like whatever they are, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
dude, just keep doing you.
Hell yeah.
Keep your friends close, for sure.
Have you... I'm getting the impression that you've like lost a couple of friends.
I haven't, but I've been close in situations, and I know people, and I know like lucky enough I've been like, but I'm in it, like I'm in the dirt, I'm in the trenches, like
it is weird. It is weird because you have friend, you know, I just responded to a comment literally like yesterday or the day before on the DAC podcast, because when he said that he had OCD and anxiety, we were both like, oh, whoa, really?
Yeah, even Dennis said that to me. And I was like, "Oh, what? Like, how do you not know that?"
Yeah, and the guy was like a little bummed that we were like, that it was unexpected, and that we were, you know, that's part of the problem, is that somebody like him isn't allowed to be that way. And it's like, I was like, oh, I had to explain it. Like, no, we've known him for like 15 years. Like, he's not a stranger.
That's what I mean by like, people feel like they're alone and they bury it in, right? And like, that's what happens. Yeah. And it's like, we need to find a way, as like, that's like a whole thing with society, though. You need to find a way where you can be like, oh, hey, I got the flu. It's like, oh, hey, like, I'm suicidal. Yeah. It's like the same thing. You're like, you're sick. Yeah. And there needs to be help for it.
You knew Gary Nesbitt, right? Yeah. So, you know,
I was riding with him like 2 days before all that happened, and he was like, you know him, he's the coolest dude in the world. Like, he was so fun. So he was like a bright shining light to the BMX. Yeah. And then just jumped off a bridge 2 days later.
You don't know what, and
we're all like, what? Yeah. Like, because no one knew. We didn't know.
Dude, people are good actors. Like, in that dude's head, he can be going through fucking hell and just putting a face on. You don't know. Like, it is crazy.
No. And then, you know, you think back and there's little hints, you know, little tinges of things like, oh, he was a little rough there and stuff like that. But I mean, he had so much stuff going on in his life that we didn't know about, and I lived with the dude for like 2 years, and I didn't know. So it's
hard.
I lived with him, you know, 10 years prior for 2 years, but like, I just didn't know certain things about his life that you think you would know, but it was stuff that he obviously didn't feel comfortable sharing, probably because it made him look weak, you know. And it's like oh, it's a hard thing for everybody has their own battles.
It's impossible.
You know? Talk to your friends and listen to your friends.
Yeah, straight up. Like, anything you got to hold in, like, it's gonna suck to get out, but get it out, because it's not healthy.
It's gonna feel good to get it out.
It's gonna feel good, and people will care, and people are gonna understand. Like, it's 2020 now, man. Yeah. Like, fuck.
Like, if Gary would have sat down and talked to Gary Nesbitt, if he would have sit down and talked to any of us, you know, it probably could have just changed that all. The whole situation.
Just getting out, and maybe not having his own demons or whatever you want to call them, and not thinking that people would look at him differently and be there for him, you know, because I think he was going through a little bit of a rough patch that we didn't even know about.
See,
you know?
That's the thing, dude. Like, I have multiple friends in that right now, like, where we are like, this is such a comfortable conversation where if you get like into a bad spot, they can reach out. Yeah. And they can be like, hey, I need fucking help. Yeah. And it's like, but it's like, we had like, dude, multiple friends, like, I've been there with that. And it's like, it helps because it gives them something to like grab onto if you weren't there, like, yeah. So it's like, everyone's just got to be like that. But then that's also our community, which is sick, because like, I don't know how you could do that without our community. You know what I mean? Because you're rolling around with your best friends every day.
Yeah. In a van, you're driving for 4 hours a day sometimes, and
I know my friends. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I know everything about my friends. Yeah. Like, so it's like, it's different.
Music, skate park spots, and talking.
Yeah, the deep conversation. Camping. Dude, I love
no TV screen.
Road trips. Like, conversations are the best. Yeah. Yeah. I know, like, Preston and Seth were just in my van, and I was giving Seth shit for like being on his phone. I was like, why are you guys on your fucking phones? Like, let's chat. Like, it's sick, and you like get to learn about people, and you get to talk about that shit, like the hard shit that everyone's going through. It's sick.
Yeah.
Is it? I feel like you kind of have a more pure outlook when it comes to like kind of getting off the phone and the vlogs and YouTube.
And I'm also a hypocrite at the same time. So it's like, oh yeah, for sure.
This guy's on his phone too.
Yeah, it's like, I'm on my phone too, but I fucking hate it. It's like, I struggle with Instagram. But I also like, I like filming and stuff like that. Yeah. But it's like, I struggle with Instagram just because it is such an addictive thing, and then your brain like can't handle all of it, that it's like overwhelming. Yeah. But I probably sat on my phone for an hour this morning because I was bored. You know what I mean?
That's understandable.
Hypocritical.
But
one day I'd love to get rid of it. But I also like
get one of those ones where it's like not a screen anymore. It's just like the numbers. Yeah. It's just like an actual phone. It's like
sick.
Whole Instagram thing kind of comes with the job right now. That's how you can get paid to do what you love. Yeah. Do a little bit of the Instagram shit if you don't like it.
If that's the cost of like living this life, it's okay.
Remember when Dennis's Instagram profile was I love my sponsors, but I hate Instagram.
Yeah, sick. here you are now.
I still feel that way.
Yeah, right. So,
but I get it. It works. It helps.
We sound
things.
so privileged, like bitching about that. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But
exactly.
it's like it's also a thing that is.
Well, it's just like
there,
you said though. Like it's not that big of a deal, but you don't want to get addicted to it, and that it really happens. It's an addictive little app, and so are all those other social medias. And no matter how much you don't like it, you still. Taking a shit, you pull it out and you get stuck on it.
Yeah,
you like, forget how many people like.
It's a placeholder too. It's like, oh, there's nothing happening right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, my brain's bored. Like dopamine.
Yeah.
But it's like you forget how many people look at it as something that's like actual personal. Because I look at Instagram as like I don't need to comment back on a photo. Like I don't need to like I'll try to message back, but it's like don't take it to heart if I don't.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying not to be on my phone, and I'm trying not to like have myself in like you comment back on every comment. I have no idea how you do that.
It takes like 20 minutes.
Yeah, dude, I like my brain couldn't handle that. So
I get it how it's hard, but I just started doing it, and it's super cool to talk back to all the kids and all the homies,
care,
you know.
Yeah, and I forget that people care and that people look at this as like
you look like a dick.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
Way.
And I'm
no
trying
way.
not to.
Not,
it's like,
you don't. It's like
yeah, but it's like it's hard. You forget that people like latch onto that, and it's like that's what I'm trying not to do. I'm trying not to make that be a part of like who I am. But in this day and age, it is. So.
That's what I mean. That's the admirable part about it is that you want to be conscious about not just diving into it all the time, and because it takes away from being somewhere.
Yeah,
at
and then
point.
like when we go on trips too, like we're filming, like and like I'm working on a part right now, so it's like I'm filming, so it's like dude, that little fucking cell phone box is like frustrating.
How are you and Ricani on the trip?
It was good. Yeah,
just because he's.
Did Sean go to Mammoth?
No, Sean didn't go to Mammoth.
Just other trips in general.
Yeah, just the trips in general.
Trips. Yeah,
he's a phone guy.
Yeah, it's cool.
He's a phone
we had
guy.
our rough patches at first, but we see eye to eye now. It's sick. No, he's not even a phone guy. He's just dude. Sean is who he is.
You guys talk some shit to each other?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can see that because Sean's.
It's good.
You guys are both pretty tough.
Yeah,
you know,
like
verbally. You're not gonna let someone like
especially alcohol gets in it too, and then you're just like, yeah. But we're good. Yeah.
Yeah, Sean's a man.
Yeah, Sean is the man. Good kid.
You don't drink anymore either.
No, 11 months, no drinking.
11 months. You talked about alcohol.
Damn, you're a quitter.
No. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But never thought I'd be here and doing that. So dry for 11 months and probably one of the best decisions I ever made. Not to be one of those fucking people, but for my mindset and where I was at, I had to stop.
Was that mental health related as well?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it wasn't like I've had multiple people be like, you didn't have a problem. Yeah. And I didn't. And like I wasn't getting drunk all the time, but it was like when I was, it was hell. And I was going into this fucking hole I didn't want to go into. And so I had to stop. And it's funny because like ever since then it's been so much better. Like I had so much I need to learn about myself, and I'm still learning about myself. Like because like I'll get to a point when I have a couple beers one day, but I'm just putting that on the back burner until I figure myself out.
That's cool.
Because it's like that shit is fucking it gets you. Yeah.
He's very strong-willed too because he's gone out like 6 months straight with me and Jason and hasn't had a beer. And me and Jason are trying to pour beer in his mouth. We're not trying to let him quit.
Yeah, but I don't know.
That's a bad trait of yours.
Yeah, I'm also not gonna let myself not have fun, you know.
Like it comes on, it's like you never even think like, oh, Corey was just sitting there not drunk or.
And it's cool. You gotta, dude, you gotta learn a lot about yourself, and you have to like be able to like. It's cool. It's like you put yourself out there in those situations. And you gotta. It's hard.
I mean, if I would go to a bar and there's a couple times where I'm like, oh, I'm not drinking or whatever, and it's like get anxiety.
Yeah, but it's like once you just get into it and you get doing it, it's like it is what it is, and then you drive home. And it's like fucking drink a coffee, and it's like it's fun. Yeah. But yeah, like I'm not gonna source it out, but if they go, I'll go. So yeah, that was a different situation. Yeah. Oh yeah, they win. Oh man. And I like the biggest thing with drinking too is I was forgetting everything. Yeah. Like it got to a point where
sounds
I was
like the head hits like
exactly
have gotten to you.
But dude,
I
remember a year went by and I was like, dude, like we were drunk the whole time. And I don't remember any of it.
I mean, I have that. Being younger and going on trips and stuff, I feel pretty foggy on memories.
Yeah,
you know?
And then it's like,
oh, did that happen?
And I think that's just getting older. And I was like looking back at it, and I'm just, and then now I'm like 11 months, and I remember everything again. I can like remember stories, and I was just like, dude, this means a lot because like we only get a time frame with this. Yeah. And then what's after that? It's gonna be reality. It's going to be not what we get to live right now. So it's like, man, if I can remember all this and like that's a thing, so fuck it. Like this stupid little thing, it's like it's not even a part of my life now. It's cool. Like I don't even think about it. Like I'll be like, so cool. Like yeah, it's sick to have. Like oh, it'd be sick to have a beer right now. Yeah. But it's like also fuck it. Like yeah, it's funny. Like fucking like best friends with Jason too. It's just like
Jason's literally like got a Jack Daniels in his backpack
Yeah,
in the
but
middle of the day.
he also is like
guys are-
mentally strong enough to be able to handle that
Exactly,
shit.
yeah.
He's not even phased by that. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't even. Yeah, that dude is tough.
Different level. Yeah.
He takes a hangover as like just part of the game.
What
and
does he
just
say? He's like, if you're gonna be
dumb, you gotta be tough.
Yeah,
and just
right.
gets up and starts. He'll wake up before everyone and start working on the ramps or going to get clips with Vish. Like
Exactly.
Jason's
so it's like
such
it works.
a badass.
Yeah, it's crazy. You just gotta
Well,
figure
hats
yourself
off
out.
to you though, because that is really cool, and I've noticed that since we've like become friends, you haven't really drank the whole time.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't really know your alcohol side.
I was
you know?
like, I've never even drank with Dave. That's so crazy.
Yeah,
Your
that
roommate,
is crazy.
Dave, the mysterious person who will come on this podcast one day.
He was actually contemplating
I
coming
know,
today.
right?
That
Oh,
was
was
the
he?
one time he's like, "Can I go?"
He's
And
like,
I
I
was like,
gotta
"Yeah,"
watch
and he's
Rudy.
like, "I'm not going."
No, but yeah, fucking good choice. Like, I don't think I'll slow down with it until I can drink again and be a chiller with it and not let it take over my life.
It sounds like
Yeah.
you got it like such a good grasp on it, because most like quote unquote alcoholics are like, "I'm never drinking again. I'm never drinking again," and that's like the scary one. It's like,
Well, it's like
not always, you know, everyone's different, but you can, you know, like I want to work to being able to have a couple beers with the boys at night and not.
It's scary because you could
Getting
pin
wasted.
it. You could pin it with alcohol like you can riding, and it's like the same feeling. You're like, fuck yeah.
Dude, if you don't get enough energy out, you know, like people who have a lot of energy and you're at the bar with that energy and you still, that's bad.
Yeah,
That's
and
bad
it's like,
combination.
dude, that's what we do. You'd be like riding, and you'd be like, I can't wait to go like fuck shit up tonight.
Yeah.
And like, and then in reality, and then you're just like, you can't ride tomorrow, and you're like out for 3 days.
I know.
And it's
Yeah.
like that's where it was hitting me, because we're like all over. It'd be like, man, we like drove all the way to this one tranny spot on the other side of the world, and I can't fucking ride it right now because I'm fucked.
Yeah.
But last night we fucking broke a bunch of shit, and I don't remember any of it worth it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's just
it's
growing
a
up.
tough
That's just
one, yeah.
growing up. I feel like though. Like,
Yeah.
Like, because you meet tons of people that don't drink anymore. Like, and like I look up to that. Like, I don't know why, but I always looked up to like DeLucky and stuff like that. Like, because dude, that motherfucker is like the solidest human.
Yeah.
You don't drink, you don't do shit. And I always like in my head was like, damn, that's cool. So
Yeah.
fucking start it.
It's a crazy thing that
Moderation is key.
Yes.
With most things.
Yeah, if you
So,
keep alcohol in moderation,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But,
if you
like,
if you are
have a problem
if you're
with it-
driving across the world to go to a training spot, don't get hammered the night before.
Oh yeah, and if you can teach me self control, that'd be sick. Let me know.
All right.
Because
Let me-
I'm gonna drink fucking 20 beers hopefully, and be the shittiest drunk you've ever seen. Like that dude sucks. It's like,
Was
yeah.
that part of it too? Did you ever do stuff that you were embarrassed?
Oh my god, every night, dude, stupid as shit. Like, yeah, like no self control.
Are
and
you
then
drunk in
Jason,
the middle
and
of the
Jason would have it on his cell phone too.
Exactly.
Right?
And
Yeah.
you
Oh, yeah.
just blast it and you're like, I'm a fucking idiot. And it's like, yeah.
Are there
So-
clips in your intro for Fast and Loose? Are you drunk in the middle of the day? I think you're like almost naked on a scooter.
We were drinking beers. I wasn't. No, I like
weren't
walked
drunk?
out of a bush naked. And
Yeah.
shit. No, we weren't. But we were drinking then. But I wasn't like drunk all day. I was driving and shit.
Okay.
So I'd have like one beer and then we'd get wasted at night. But then yeah, so
He has a sock on his dick in the intro of Fast and Loose.
yeah, I edited a
That's
video
so
where I
good.
put a naked clip in it. I was like, fuck, I don't know.
It's so
wait,
good.
wait. Did Matt do that part?
Well, no, I did that one. I don't know, man.
It's
like
funny.
it's our
It's good.
life.
It's
I want
BMX.
fucking
Yeah,
it to
yeah.
look like
Yeah.
what we were doing, and
Yeah.
what we were doing is like we should have filmed everything, man. If we had like a little dad
yeah.
cam there
Yeah,
or
you guys
something,
do,
it would
though.
have been so different.
Yeah.
But
You guys.
That's what I mean. That's for the next one. Fast and sober.
yeah, so
Yeah.
no, it's fuck. Hopefully not. We're still gonna break shit though. Like I'm not letting that one go away.
I have two more little things before we jump into. Or unless you want to.
No, go ahead. We'll do that. I did some little Instagram
the-
questions for the.
The Colt 2019 video, the banger, the ramp curve
Oh, yeah.
wall, landing on that thing. Why was the ramp so big? And why did you only ride? You literally went off the side of the ramp.
Yeah, I fucked up. It was in the wrong place.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
didn't know where to fucking put. There's two curves at the beginning of it, and you can only enter it through one point. And it's like, dude, like, so all right. So this
yeah.
clip,
Why is it a mega ramp lift?
so
though?
this
Like,
clip
where
is
did that ramp come
because
from?
that thing is 15 feet in the air. You need it. Like you can't get up
No,
there.
you
with,
didn't because you went off halfway.
I know
through
I
the
didn't.
ramp.
Need,
Yeah.
well, go to that spot and then you try to build a ramp for it, and then
Yeah.
fucking you tell
Did you build?
me.
Did you build? I'm just giving you.
There's
shit.
like
Did
a
you
bike
build
shop
ramp
around
for
the
it?
corner, and we built it at the bike shop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So
and then what? You ran out of wood, and so you just used pallets. For
no,
the
so
landing?
there. Okay, this was like three. This is
Such
like
it's such an
is-
interesting.
this is like
It
3
is like
years
this
in the
dope
making.
motocross lip, and then just like.
Okay, 3 years in the making. All right, drive by this spot to go to work all the time.
One of those.
One of those,
Yeah.
and then like I
You're
come
literally
back.
just like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, this would be so sick. And then we drove by it one day, like when I came home because I wasn't living. I was like living here now, and it was last year. got to go home for a month. I like drove by it and there's pallets stacked beside it.
Oh wow.
I'm like, oh, sick. So then like me and like one of my best friends, Spencer.
Next day there's a motocross ramp.
No, yeah, that's what we did. Like we went in that day, went there and like we would put 3 pallets and then put 2x4s on them.
Yeah.
And we did that like 4 times and then just left them there. And then we went and our buddy worked at Jason. He worked at a landscaping place and they had a bunch of wood. So we like went and picked up all their shitty old dirt wood and then like put it in my buddy's truck and then went back and dropped it at the spot. And then that night I went and built out of some of that shitty wood too. I built like templates and I built that ramp. And I built that ramp for like $20, dude. It was sick.
Nice.
Like just bought like wood for the front of it and then like did it that night. Went back in the morning and just did it and then left. So it was like.
Did you leave the ramp there too?
No, we left the landing there, but we took the lip, but we like broke the landing apart and like put it back. So yeah, and it's at someone's apartment building, so it's like it's not chill. Like yeah, but no one really gave a fuck.
Yeah,
so.
What kind of an asshole?
Canada,
what kind of an asshole would want to not see that?
Yeah, it's like kind of tucked behind everything. So, but that was just cool because that's like, dude, that's like, man, shouts to Ruben, right?
Yeah,
because it's like he was the one that's like it's like snowboarding. Yeah. It's like
I was gonna say I love that building the ramp and the landing.
Dude, like people say that like some of that shit's like don't count. It's like what do you mean? Like make something that's like that's so cool because you can think of things and it's like dude building that ramp wasn't that hard.
Yeah,
and it's like got to like feel something on my bike that like I always thought was possible, which is sick.
So how?
Yeah, I love you've been building ramps for spots. Like that's so cool.
Yeah. It was one and done, right?
Yeah, that was it. Almost went over the top of it by accident.
Yeah, you did.
Fuck.
So like you're going at the ramp and you literally do some wild carve into it.
Well, that was because I pedaled at it and I realized I was like, oh shit, going too fast, suck up, and then it was just like.
Yeah.
Well, it works though. It's just like you just suck it and then pulled in and like. It was just the way to set up
and pulled in.
Oh fuck yeah! Turn sharp, drive around.
All right, key to that. Yeah, key to wall.
Oh fuck! That's gonna good thing like BMX doesn't have that like the Noin Club. You know that account where they like the dude like goes back and edits all the words into like funny shit.
We probably will now.
Yeah, shit. Well, but. Yeah, that was fun.
The Unclicked Club.
More ramps and edits is cool.
Yeah, so you did that whole other ramp edit. I mean, I personally love that shit. You're making stuff that is impossible to ride.
Yeah, but that ramp video was just like us being in a house with like 5 of our best friends, and I had a shitty Corolla, and we strapped the ramp on it, and I was like, yeah, fun.
Yeah,
it's like that video wasn't like we're like, all right, we're gonna go do a ramp video. It's like no, that's what we were doing. Yeah. And then we burnt the ramp, and that was it.
That was it.
Yeah. So
do it again.
Yeah.
I'm down. You got a van? You can put the ramp in there.
Oh, fuck, I want to be able to strap a ramp to that thing so bad, but it's like it's so nice and shit. And it's like I get worried when it gets dirty. I hate it, dude.
I heard Dugan's making a full ramp edit for a while now.
He's
been like really working on it. Like it's a part.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
crazy.
I've
seen a few stuff.
Is that ramp he posts on his Instagram?
Is that little like the stripe one?
Yeah.
He's been dragging that one around. So.
But didn't he have like a zebra outfit too or something? Like he has like
he
a wild
wants
outfit.
he wants everyone to do it, and it's like, dude, it's sick. It's like.
Oh, it's like pass the ramp around.
Yeah, like I know that. Well, he just like he likes it like I like it. You know what I mean? Like building shit's fun. You can jump on anything you want to. It's like why wouldn't you?
It's like Sebastian Keep's video. He made that walls one.
It's funny because
a couple vert walls, and that video is so.
It's funny because
sick.
I had no idea that video was going around, and then when I was filming that thing with the kicker, someone was like, "You took his idea," and I was like, "What do you mean?"
Bullshit.
I was like, no one had any idea he was doing that.
Josh Hino used to carry the ramp around. You know, people have been doing that for 20, 30, 40 years. Like it's just a ramp.
Dude, that video was fucking crazy.
That was literally snowboarding.
Yeah, that's what what snowboarding is. And I come from snowboarding. Like I snowboarded growing up too, and it's like you would like the amount of work that goes into every clip in snowboarding is insane. Yeah. It's like dudes are building like a fucking 50
They build setups
landing.
everywhere.
Yeah,
I love, don't they have like etiquette where it's like if they're doing a rail or something, the ramp has to be between like 6 and 12 inches or something like that.
Know.
Like, don't they? I remember seeing some article in like Transworld Snow or something where it was like the do's and don'ts of building a kicker. You know, like if you build it too high, then it's like kind of not.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Doing a rail you need to like pop up. You know? So it's pretty funny.
They probably could just get onto a rail from the stairs.
Yeah,
so.
they should be able to.
Yeah, they only build like
they're a little bit faster.
This big,
and it's like you can go over the whole world to look for like you can make a part where you go over all over the whole world to find your favorite spots. But like Baz did that whole part in his zone, you know.
Oh, dude, it like opens up something in your brain, and you're like I drive around now and I don't look at street spots like regular people would. I'm like this. Like
ramp landing, it's like lip landing.
Like it's like, dude, there's like the sickest one in San Diego, but it's so scary. But it's like, it's just sitting there.
You just need a ramp and a landing?
You need 2 vert walls or just 1 vert wall. But yeah, so it's like it won't happen because this is the time to do it because everything's closed. But yeah, it's like they're everywhere. It's sick. Like look at Ruben's fucking that is burnt into every BMXer's skull that has seen that. That was fucked.
I actually have
forward or
I actually have that.
I think that's grounded.
I have that printed out.
That should go in this room.
Yeah, you should probably put that on the wall somewhere.
It's huge. So it's like big. I think it's like bigger than that though. So it doesn't.
You heard the story about that? Like he was like at a bar telling us about that one time, and he went back like 4 times or something, and they had to build like 4 separate landings.
What?
Yeah.
That landing is insane.
Yeah. The whole thing was just a fiasco.
Yeah, fucking Ruben.
Champion of the world.
Best Do you want to let the Instagram fans throw some questions in there? You got some?
Yeah, we can do that.
You got that last one? Yeah.
Questions.
All right. So I don't do this very often, but we did it today. Have the Instagram friends sent Corey some questions. There were some pretty good ones in there. This one's from, I don't know the name. Does style come completely natural, or do you try and capacitate it? I don't know what capacitate means, but does style come natural to you, or did you work on it, or was it just
in my eyes, I'm twitchy as fuck, and it's
so
like
you don't even consider yourself having style?
Well, I try to make things feel good on a bike. Like that's what I'm looking for. I'm like looking for things that feel good or stuff like that. Like I've never been like, all right, like I want to be the style guy, but it's also just like something that I'm not saying that either. I'm just like, I've also I don't look at something on a bike and they're fucking flipping their shit, and it's like I got all the respect in the world for that, but like I don't care because it's like it just doesn't look good to me. But like Aiken's riding is burnt into my brain. You know what I mean? Like anything he did, and that was just pure style. So it's like something like that. I like to it's just all the influences I looked up to growing up, like even like Joe and Ruben and Garrett Burns and everyone like that. Like that's what they did. So I don't try to force style. It's just something I like to do, and that's like what I'm around. And so you're not going to see me trying I don't tail whip or anything. So probably
you used to do bar spins.
I can bar spin, but I don't like them.
You used to do 360s.
Yeah, I'm trying to spin more.
Are you?
Yeah.
He does. He's 3 tuck. He got that. When's that clip coming out? Your little Instagram clip.
I gave it to Robbie. I forgot to post it.
God damn it. That clip's sick.
I forgot to post it.
This is from Twain Tivation. Do you ever take the teeth out for sexy lady time?
I hate my teeth. I want permanent teeth so bad. But yeah, like if you meet people, it's like you definitely need to like tell them.
Yeah, you can show the camera.
No, I'm
the
not
teeth.
doing it again.
Do it.
No, I hate it. But it's like imagine that you're like meets up, like you're like hanging out, and then all of a sudden you're just like, and then you're like, fuck. Like I did. Oh yeah, by the way, I have like no teeth. So you definitely need to bring it up. But yeah. So
has it ever happened where you like gone on a date with a chick and then she doesn't know till?
Yeah, definitely. I like woke
later
up
on.
And then I like did it by accident, like laying beside her. And
you sleep with them in if you're with a chick that you don't know really well?
Yeah. Yeah, I did because I didn't tell her about it. And then I like woke up and then I had to tell her because I was like, I need to take my fucking teeth out. Like this is gross. But
they probably think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, cool, weird.
Cool. Good question.
What about that Red Bull using a photo of you without your teeth?
I had no idea they did that.
It looks like you have like tabs of acid on your tongue or something like that.
I don't know, man.
It's so insane for Red Bull to use a photo like that.
When I knocked them out, I was like, oh, this is fun. Yeah. And then you're like 6 months later, like, fuck this.
It's like you've had those like those things in forever. They're not permanent. They like move around.
Yeah, and they're broken as shit.
And what?
Why can't you get permanent ones?
I don't really want to do it yet because if you hit them out again, and it's just like I got to get to a dentist and they're expensive, and I don't have insurance. Well, I don't have dental coverage, so it's all out of pocket.
Morgan Wade would always say that he would just get really bummed whenever he hit his face.
Exactly,
because his teeth were expensive.
It's like
nothing to do with the pain or anything like that. Just like
so this is my life for the time being, and then
he got sponsored by a dentist.
Yeah, how sick is that though? But yeah, so maybe one day.
The teeth question. Sprouter
You're still pretty
says,
though, don't worry.
So Sprouter asked Corey about getting punched by a girl on Canada Day.
That goes back to drinking.
Yeah?
Yeah, just being a dumbass. Fucking yeah, we play this game called What Are the Odds? And we like play it like it's our fucking so what are the odds is like you ask someone a question and you'll be like, what are the odds you do this versus this? And it's like, so this game's hard to explain, but so if you're like, what are the odds you'll smash that car window? You don't want to do that, right? So you pick really big odds. So you'll say number 1 in a million, and then you go 1, 2, 3, and you have to say a number between that range. But if you're like, what are the odds you like, I don't know, like drink a beer? You're like, oh, 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then you go 1, 2, 3, and you say the number.
And if you both say the same number,
both say the number. So I got, what are the odds? You go up to a girl and ask her, hey, rock, paper, scissors. I win, I get a kiss. I lose, you punch me in the face. And I was fucking like, he's 1 and 2.
Oh my God.
And then I walk up to the first girl I see, who is a martial art like kickboxer girl.
How do you know that?
Because she fucking slugged me, bro. Like she was like asking us for cigarettes, and it's Canada Day. It's like 4th of July, right? And it's I'm loose, she's loose, and I'm just like, and then I lost. I did it. She's like, and it squares up like she knows what she's doing. And then I was like, oh, I'm just kidding. And I like look away, and she's like, don't worry. And it fucking smacks me, almost knocks me out. Yeah, that was a reality check though. I was like, yeah, I don't fuck around like that anymore.
Hell no. That's a good question, Sprouter.
Yeah, hi Sprouter.
This one's from Adam James.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a trade job, what would it be?
Oh man, woodworking or any type of construction. Like, dude, I love concrete, but concrete is hell.
Yeah,
like it'd be sick to build skate parks, but it's like you have to be like a certain human to do that. It is not
crusty
easy.
Human being,
dude. And it's like, man, that's fucking gnarly work.
Yeah.
You're like, oh yeah, let's build skate parks. It's like, oh shit, like that's why those dudes look the way they do. But
what do you mean?
Like, dude, they're like, if you look at like Grindline and like Dreamland and those dudes, like Red and like the original skate park builders, they're big, dude.
Yeah.
They're like, they're just buttering skate parks all day. And,
they're just lifting weights all day.
Well, it's not even that. It's like screeding a quarter to like get cream up and shit. Like you got to screed the whole quarter and you got to be pushing on it the whole time. And it's like they do that for every square inch of a skate park. So it's like that shit's gnarly. Yeah. But yeah, probably woodworking or anything in that. Like I love trades. Like,
what's your background with woodworking? So
I just like growing up, like our friends, like we had a buddy that owned a woodworking shop, so we all worked there for money, and it just turned into kind of a passion from there.
Is it Jay Miron?
No, imagine that. Yeah, but yeah, like it just kind of like created something. I almost started like a milling company at one point, and then I went to Texas Toast.
What's
and
milling?
Like milling lumber, like so getting like raw trees and then like slabbing them and then selling the slabs.
Okay.
Like you like kiln drying them. That's like what I almost did for a living. Like because I was like, all right, I need to find a job. BMX wasn't paying. Like I stopped racing, and then BMX started, like I got invited to one of the pro cups, like the Huntington Beach one, and then I put off doing that, and then snowball effect, and then I don't do that anymore. So
that's crazy.
So I'd probably be doing something like that, like just building shit. So
building skate parks is fun too. When you went to the
be a
pro
part
cup,
of Jason's crew, go around the world, building bike parks all over.
It's a dream.
That would be sick.
When you were going to the pro cup, were you were getting flow from Colt?
Flow, yeah. Well, I met Robbie at Texas Toast.
Oh, you did? That original one.
That is where I met him.
Okay.
And then yeah, he was giving me flow, and then I forget when it was when he started to like get like ride for a check or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that all evolved, and then now here we are. So
crazy. So did you do well at that pro cup, or was it?
Oh no, I got like 30th or something. I don't even think I made
I got 30th. I'm going for
my break. Yeah, like I didn't. No, dude, I was so scared.
Oh, I'm sure,
dude. Yeah. Like because you get like you don't understand, like when you're from Canada and stuff, you don't see anyone, right? And you're like look up to all these superheroes your whole life, and then you're like riding on the deck with them, and then you're like, what the fuck is going on? Yeah. Like because you're like, I knew people, like I grew up with like Bazanzin and shit, so like I knew bigger people, but it was like it's weird. And then like get to that contest and I'm nervous as hell, and then like the one person who's the dude is Scotty was like saw how nervous I was and was letting me drop it before him. He'd be like, go Corey, like, and he did that the whole contest.
Nice
He's
guy.
the fucking man. Yeah. So but then that got easier, and then
so now you're snaking everybody.
Yeah, now it's snaking. Yeah, now it's a fucking bloodbath out there.
You grew up in, kind of going off the rails here, but did you grow up riding? Well, I guess you grew up in Toronto.
Yeah, and then I moved to Vancouver when I was like 17.
And you rode the Hastings Park a lot.
Yeah, that's where I started.
Isn't that a pretty gnarly skate?
Dude, that's my favorite skate park. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, like get into skate hate. Sure.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, just in the sense of like,
dude, I didn't even know what skate hate was until that skate park.
Which one? That big Vancouver park?
Yeah, the Hastings in Vancouver. Yeah. I didn't even know it was a thing. And then you get there and they're like, fuck you. And I'm like, wait, what?
Wait, why?
And I'm like, why? And they're like you learn about all this bullshit. And then like after a while, it's like you almost fight a couple of fucking dudes. And then after that, it's like you're there every day.
Yeah.
And
he's not leaving. All right.
Yeah, I'm not fucking leaving, man. Like Yeah. Dude, I hate that shit. I'm so like, it's so in my life right now.
Vancouver was really bad, right?
Yeah.
Because there was that one pro skater dude in that.
Yeah, Chalmers.
Chalmers, yeah.
Yeah, Chris Smith knocked the shit out of him, and that was it.
Yeah. Giant human.
Chalmers was like filming a day in the life or something. And then the dude was talking shit on Chris for like, I think Chris was like 18 or 17 or something. He was talking shit on him his whole life, and he just knocked him out, one punched him, and that was it. And like that's crazy that's like as humans what we need to do.
Yeah.
And it needs to be done a lot more right now too.
Yeah.
Because like people have some fucking egos they need to get over, and I see it everywhere we go. Like, dude, we just went to Mammoth, and I felt like I've never felt that way.
Yeah, that park's super weird.
Dude,
right?
but it's like I never felt somewhere where it's like segregation. And
Didn't
it's
say
like,
did you post a photo or something that has like no bikes?
yeah, and I almost wrote something up because I was like heated because we got into it with people there.
Yeah.
Some fucking dude who's in his old ways that like can't see, and I get it. Like in there, like, but it's weird because I come from a world where I let every sport in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I snowboarded, like I love dirt biking, I love mountain biking, anything. It's like I love skateboarding too. And then it's like I feel like a lot of people from that side are like kind of ignorant on what we do, so they think a certain way.
Yeah.
And then like I run into them and like dude, this is my fucking life. Like this is like I eat, breathe, and sleep our like community, and like this is what I want to do, and then someone's telling me I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, I want to hit you with my sprocket so bad. But it's like, yeah. So yeah, I grew up at Hastings, and then that shit kind of got over. There's a couple pieces of shit there that they're always going to be pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And then hopefully they're going to be pushed away to the side. They're still sitting there drinking 24 beers a night, like on the bench, not skating. And then they're going to get older, and then the new, like, because the young generation is sick.
They don't give a fuck.
Dude, like, dudes, everyone is getting along, and it's like, that's just what's happening. You got to like phase out the dudes who are like in their own ways.
Yeah, it's always interesting seeing a kid like show up on a skateboard, and then he rides his buddy's bike, and then they're
that's our generation, right?
Scooter,
like,
you know?
I feel like our generation's all about like everyone's cool. Like scooter kid's cool if he's got etiquette. Skateboards kid's cool if he's got etiquette. Bike kid
sucks.
Your generation is like,
dude, it's like
it is.
It's like
it doesn't
insane.
suck, but it's more of a fight. It's
like,
a bigger fight.
Yeah.
And Mammoth, like we're yelling at this human, like this grown ass man, and like so he rolls up and sees a bike, and he's like, get the fuck out. And then so I'm like, all right, let's go have a conversation. Yeah. Like, cause like I'm down. Like I will win this conversation because you have no solid points for this.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't even have a conversation. He's just like instantly, fuck you, get a skateboard. And I was like, he's like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, I'm not leaving. He's like, I'll make you leave. And there's 15 of us. I'm like, what are you gonna do? Like, and then he's the dude that gets paid to maintenance the park. Yeah. And it's like, so it's crazy. They're just trying to hold it down.
Did you end up riding or you?
Yeah, I rode the whole time. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, and this is my advice to any kid that is ever deals with skate hate in any way: stand up for yourself and do not back down because that's the only way it's going to change.
Yeah. Okay, so I was going to ask, so say there's like a little crew of kids and there's like 3 or 4 of them in their skate parks. We got some skate hate going on, but they're little. They can't beef up, and the skaters are older, so they're probably going to be able to outsmart them. How would a young kid go about with getting bikes into the skate hate park?
Dude, do your history. Know their world and where they're coming from. Understand why they don't like bikes in skate parks. And a lot of it is etiquette, and a lot of it is pegs and stuff like that, which they think destroys parks, which it doesn't. Which actually maybe it does here and there, but also, like, dude, I've seen someone's what's the bolt on a truck? Like, I've seen that break wheel coping.
Totally.
Like, in front
it's
of my
just
eyes.
a different type of damage.
Yeah.
It doesn't cause more.
So like my advice to those kids, don't stop going. Like, and it's like, dude, if there is an adult that is going to hit a kid, call the cops.
Cool. That's
like,
good advice.
Dude, fucking sue him. Like, that is fucked up. But it's like, don't, like, keep going. Like, you deserve to be there more than anyone else. And if it's like it makes you not want to go there, it's like, that is fucked. Like, stand up for yourself and go and, like, dude, say hi to these people. Totally. That's what we do. We kill them with kindness. Like, just be like, dude, it sucks because you're looking at someone and you just want to punch him in the face. Is like, but it's like, you don't. You just say hi.
Killing him with kindness is the best way. Talking facts, because. And that's another thing that we were just talking about on the drive over, because me, Chris Fox, Matt Cordova, and Tyler were all just at that park, and they were loving it, you know. And then you guys roll with 15 people, and they tried to be tough guys again.
And then the dude watches us ride, and then now
he's cool.
Yeah, it's like, no,
that's not cool.
That's not how it works.
Because the little kid trying to learn how to ride the skate park, you're not going to give him a chance to get as good as you because you're going to kick him out.
Yeah,
but you're cool to ride, and Chris Fox is cool to ride.
That's
no,
what? So
cool.
You're going to come up to this 12-year-old and be like, "Hey, you can't do this," and 12-year-old kid's going to be like, "I don't get it."
Exactly.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
and
why are you?
And it's going to push them away from BMX, like it does so many kids.
Yeah, it's like it's going to
push
them
them
away
ride
from
their Mammoth skate park, and there's no other parks in that town that are anywhere decent.
Like, yeah, it's like it just like coming from somewhere where like this doesn't exist, because it's like, where is the hubs of it? It's like California, and fuck, where else is it? That like California's almost like there's just weird
little pockets here and there. Let's just say
little
that.
pockets. But you go to Australia, man, everyone is drinking beers together, and it's like then you come over here and you're like, what the fuck? Because it's like, dude, any person that's yelling at me at a skate park, we could probably be best friends. You know what I mean? Like we were living the same life.
Totally.
And it's like, I get it. Like if you want to stay close-minded in that, it's like whatever. But yeah, I don't know, man. This shit's crazy. It will get better.
It is getting better.
It is for
Just
sure.
don't back down.
Fudger's generation.
Punch some people in the face.
Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, you guys are fucking.
Well, it was different back then, though. You know, it was.
No, I mean, I grew up in the Thrasher article shit. The BMX
and then it's like, dude,
stuff.
BMX
That was the peak.
Bikes were different back then too. Like it's like FDR like got fucked up from coping from it. It's like I get it, man, but it's also now it's different.
Times have changed.
It's a lack of respect. The people that have respect, you know.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing.
If you roll in with some big old metal pegs and a 45-2 sprocket and you're chunking everything up, you should go talk to that person and be like, dude, if you're going to ride your bike here, please be careful. It doesn't have to be like, get the fuck out.
I know,
it's like, talk to him. It's like if a scooter kid doesn't understand etiquette and they just yell dropping, it's like, hey, buddy, like, you gotta, you know, to teach
hey,
them.
buddy, get the fuck out.
You could tell them that and, you know, make the parents think like, fuck BMXers. Or you could go up to him and be like, hey, this is how it works. You wait for this guy to get out and there's going to be 8 guys going and wait till it goes in a circle and then go again. Right? So. And boom, there you go. That's the first time I went to Claremont. I was a little snake because I only rode dirt jumps. Yeah. And I think Wong or one of the really cool guys just came up to me really nicely and was just like, hey, man, like, you don't go every time. Like, keep an eye out. You don't want to piss these guys off. And it's like, okay.
Oh, yeah, man.
Got it. It was like first day.
Man, when I was a kid, I would be so scared to go into a skate park. And the kids these days now are just like,
dropping.
Like, dropping.
You're just like, dropping.
Whoa. Like we were at
that park.
Dude, we were at Solvang and I had to like have a talk with a kid. Like I was getting so frustrated. I was like hitting that like where it goes over the boob and you're going full speed and there's like a drop in zone. And I'm like, look at the kid and I'm like, if I hit you, we are fucked. Like I'm fucked because I'm gonna hurt you, and I do not want to hit you. Like,
you're probably gonna be fine, but you're gonna,
that's what's like,
you're gonna probably be hurt a little bit, but that kid's gonna get.
That's what I mean. So it's like, but then that's just like teaching a kid to like, and then from there you learn, like, and hopefully they don't learn the hard way. Yeah, but maybe that's the way some closed-minded people.
We've actually never talked about this, I don't think, on Unclicked. So that's really cool to talk a little etiquette and about how all the sports are the goddamn same things. Let us all.
Oh man, dude, and I'm like so passionate about it too. I get like, dude, it doesn't affect me, but it's like, dude, I get heated.
That does affect you. Your life is skate parks, you know. For
that is my life.
90% of the shit you ride is parks.
It's weird for another grown man to tell a grown man what they can and can't do.
Dude, exactly. When in their entire life they've been told the same thing. That's what we said to this dude. He was like, do you want me to call the cops? We were like, yeah, do it. Yeah. Like, are you going to be that guy that calls and says this? Like, is this actually that big of a problem?
Oh my God, there's bikes in the park.
Like ACAB motherfucker. Hey, come on, come get him. Like, fuck you. Yeah. Pussy. I'm acting tough right now too when I'm like a softie, but fuck.
It's something you're passionate about though.
Yeah.
And you know, if you make something, it's like you have the right to say what you want, you know, you really do. Unless the city opens it up to the, you know, they regulate it and say this is okay for everyone to ride. But if you make your little thing, like say my ramps, you know, like obviously I'll let anyone come ride, but I don't want a crew of people I barely know there trying to come every day because it's our thing. You know what I mean? Like I get it for these little pockets of DIY, but these open public parks, there's no fucking excuse
for kicking
people out of a public
ultimate
park.
Respect. And it's like, dude, the people I look up to are like this OG skate park builders. Yeah. Like I look up to them not because they're skateboarders, because look what they built. Yeah. Like, dude, this is badass.
They got together and built their own cool stuff.
And I get it. I get respect. I get back in that older mentality of why. And that is why there's like the stigma's still there and bikes aren't allowed in skate parks. But it's also like we care too. Like man, I look at skate parks and I can't not analyze them now because I want to build it. Like I want to build old parks that are fucking big as shit that don't get built anymore. So it's just crazy that like it's still a thing and that people believe it because it's like from our worlds, it's like, dude, we have all the respect in the world. And it's like I don't believe in you have to like give all the respect in the world to get respect. It's like, why do you got to do it? Like why shouldn't we all just be like in the same reasons, you know? But
for sure,
I get it.
Fudger's generation.
What is the best skate park in the world since you've ridden quite a few?
A couple of Instagram kids actually asked that, or people.
Hastings is probably my favorite park, but that is just because I would ride it every day.
Yeah, you know it's so programmed.
You know it. It's like you can drop in. You don't.
Is it OB?
Oh man, no. Fucking.
You just offended a lot of people.
Yeah, but I get it. Like if OB is your park, that's sick. Like
what? Is there a best one? Is there?
In my opinion, Hastings is my favorite skate park for sure.
But
I have it tattooed on me.
The best.
Oh, dude, you can't say that. There's no way. Every skate park has their own thing. But like the Oregon Path on the way up, like where those dudes like
Reedsport,
dude.
No, is it Reedsport?
Reedsport's amazing. Coos Bay, Florence.
Yeah,
everything.
What's the one that's on the Oregon coast where like the grindline dudes are from?
All of them?
Oh, the one in Lincoln City.
Lincoln City.
Yeah, they still hold that one down. But we ride that every morning. It's we rode it last year.
And then it has a snake run down in the lower part.
Oh, that one looks really cool.
Dude, it's so sick.
It's insane.
But you're gonna deal with some shit there because you're in Lincoln City, which is home of like Red, which is Dreamland.
Yeah.
Which is them trying to like act tough and shit. But like I heard Red doesn't even give a fuck. I don't know him personally. I'm trying to get into his barn really bad. If anyone knows him, hit him up. What?
What's in his barn?
He has a 14-foot bowl in his barn.
Oh, really?
He has like got 15 quarters in it, and it looks like the sickest thing ever.
Little Jeff knows him, right?
Yeah, he's the only dude I heard.
Little Jeff
Vince Croft grew up in Lincoln City.
Yeah, but
I've ridden in Lincoln City a long time. We slept in the parking lot, and then went back a few years later and slept in the bowl in the lower section.
Yeah,
and got woken up at 6 a.m. by a skater.
Yeah,
and fucking yelled at us, and I was like, dude, we slept in the bowl last night. Let us get a fucking half hour. At
this
least.
is like where this is where it gets weird because
I mean, this is a long time ago too, but
because those dudes they are the reason all those skate parks are there.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
And without those dudes, and it's like, but at the same. Like if that stigma was never there, it wouldn't be an issue. But dude, those dudes are apes.
Yeah.
Because like without that concrete being poured, like we wouldn't have
any
fucking
if you
motivation.
made all these parks, wouldn't you want to share them with anyone that has any desire in having fun at this park?
I mean, yeah, 100%. But like imagine like you're building all these babies and you're starting this company and like all this is happening and you're putting all your blood, sweat, and tears into it, and you see parks getting fucked up. Yeah. Of course, I get why it happened, but it's also like skateboards
it's fucked up in such a little. It's. I understand trail guys way more than this whole DIY cement thing because trails actually get fucked up.
And then that's what's funny. What's happening now is skaters are going and skating trails and like destroying shit. Yeah. So it's like it's funny. It's ironic, but it's like I get it. But also like you go to a soccer field, it's like they're gonna have to do maintenance on the soccer field. Like they get paid to do maintenance. That's why no bikes are allowed in skate parks because the insurance company won't cover it. And so back in the day, they said if you let bikes into your skate park, we won't warranty anything.
Yeah, but you also look at those rules, and the same insurance policies are for elbow pads, helmet, knee pads.
Rules.
You know, you look at those rules, and it's
hilarious.
like, well,
man,
they're not wearing elbow pads, knee pads, mouth guards, shin guards.
We went to Whitefish in that skate park up in Montana, sickest park, and we put like a fast and loose sticker on the no bikes thing, and then the local shop there tagged us in like this Facebook post about us, like fucking ripping us apart.
Really?
How we are the most disrespectful pieces of shit like you could ever think of.
Amazing.
Because we put a sticker on the sign. It was so good.
They're like out there in this skate park world.
Montana's kind of one of those too. They have a weird like skate.
That's weird.
Yeah, like a
Montana
Northwest
seems like this big.
style.
Well, no, that's just the core. Like those are the parts. Like that's just the dudes. Like it's all Grindline, Dreamland. Like fuck, there's like Airstream. They're just core dudes that build it. That's why you get it.
Yeah.
Like it's just those are the sickest parks. So.
If anybody is out there listening to this that knows any of these guys who build the park, one day it'd be awesome to have one of them on the podcast and like Corey or a real skate park guy just to have the conversation, and bring them in and hear what the rebuttal on it. I'd love to hear
Mammoth, we had I went over to him and because the dude built the park. And I was like, hey, man, I know you fucking hate us right now.
That's not what Trevor says, though.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I don't think that guy really built the park.
No, this dude, like, built the park, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think.
That's what he says.
He said he was an old Grindline dude. And I was like, oh, shit. And he knew everything about it and how they poured it. Because I asked him, because I was like, I want to know how to pour capsule. And then we met this dude.
I think Trevor just hates the dude. So he just might be like, don't listen to anything he says.
Yeah, exactly. But we met this dude in San Francisco that was really cool and, like, reached out to us when we were at Potrero. And he let us come to his backyard bowl, and then we find out that he like built Marginal Way and shit, and he like built stuff, and like so I got to learn how, because I didn't know how a capsule was built, and I wanted to learn how a capsule was built. So then we get to Mammoth, and this dude builds this capsule, and I start picking his brain on how they did it, and he like gets all weirded out. He's like, "Why do you care?" And I was like, "What do you mean? I want to build one." And he's like, "Oh, what?" And he like gets all like talkative and about it, and you can tell he cares.
Yeah.
So that's like the funniest part about that.
But, I mean, yeah, how could you hate on that? Like a younger dude wants to follow this path of making cool shit. Like, you're going to hate on that?
Kind of found getting an angle in to get the guy talking a little bit, you know?
Yeah, right.
So that's cool.
But it's actually a common interest. Like, all right, we can't find common interest on our tools we like to play on your park, but
Yeah.
We both want to build this shit.
I'm not gonna tell you how to build a capsule because I don't want you to ride your bike on it.
Yeah, I know, right? And it's like, dude, building a capsule is gnarly.
Yeah, but we can bring it back to that. Like, I feel like 98% of skateboarders, DIY people, are cool with it though. It's that 2%.
Oh yeah, we're talking about 2% right now.
Maybe,
but it's like 2%
2%
are the voice that you remember. You know what I mean?
Because the cool ones aren't gonna. They're
Dude,
like, fuck, I don't want to get in dickhead's way over there. Like, I guess bikers can't come here.
I know. I'm not trying to talk like I like, but we just take it so passionately. But I have, dude, like all I watch is skateboarding, and that is because like it is what I like to watch, and like in our reality, that's not really happening in BMX right now, and it is in skateboarding. Dude, there's like
watch our X Games review.
Okay,
what the fuck?
That shit's different. All right.
I saw. Yeah, he commented.
He watched it.
Yeah.
I'm talking like
he didn't watch it.
I'm talking like skate park tour videos and stuff, and people traveling and having a good time. It's like you have to watch older videos. Like
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I don't feel like that's where skateboarding.
Like we do it with. Oh, it is for sure. Like they just like there was like a 17-minute video of like just dudes traveling and riding skate parks just came out.
Okay.
And there's always stuff coming out. But it's like that's why I watch it, like just because I like to watch. I like to watch trainees skating. Yeah. I like to watch people riding bulls and the shit that I like. Sorry. So we need more people to go fucking travel and ride bulls and have fun, and which they will, because the younger generation is sick right now in BMX.
It is. Who's some riders that you think are of the younger generation that you think are
Hallahans are like little prodigies.
Mm-hmm.
These kids are crazy, and then like dude Dovey.
Oh my god,
dude, there's so many kids. Preston is ripping right now. He's getting me more stoked than ever. Dude, there's so many little dudes. Like
there's some Japanese kids that are like 11 and they're
those kids are crazy.
What the hell?
But it's
I've
like
seeing videos pop up of these kids are so
sick.
good.
Like that's what we wanted to do. Like with Fast and Loose, we were just like, dude, we want to get kids stoked the way we got stoked. And it's like that's the only reason why we put out a video was because of that. And you are seeing it everywhere now too. Kids are riding skate parks again, and kids are stoked. And it's like, dude, BMX is so alive. It might not be in like some people's eyes, but it is, and it's going to be badass. So
that's dope. I think it's doing better than ever personally, but who knows?
I love it.
It's always
I don't know. It always seems good to me. No matter what anyone says, I'm like, but we're so immersed in it in BMX's life, so it's like it's always doing good to me. People are always riding, having fun.
Yeah, so I don't think that's ever going to change.
But you don't need a lot of money to do it. I feel like that was a thing that was kind of in BMX, like high production everything, and it's really cool to. You don't need hotels. You need a tent. You need a homie with a van. Like you can really rip around at really low cost and have so much fun.
Yeah, we like, dude. I was just talking with our buddy Pat. Like, he was saying that it's like people don't travel like us. Like when rich people, like upper class people, go and travel, they book hotels. They do tourist things. Like we're like eating Trader Joe's for every meal and like sleeping 4 dudes in our van.
And it gets more stressful when you spend like $2,000 on an Airbnb or whatever, because you're like, this vacation better be dope. But when you're sleeping in a tent for free and
dude, like what we just did going to Mammoth for the weekend and coming back, like people probably couldn't even believe how much we spent.
Our whole demolition trip on that whole loop we did was less than $500.
How much?
Our trip.
$250 in gas. Probably like $100 in food.
Yeah.
Man.
We did a team trip for less than 500.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can. Like, what's
less than $500 for a team trip?
That's like people just need to go travel and go ride skate parks. It's sick. Like traveling is the best. Get in a van with your friends and then go ride shit. Go travel. Go drink beer if you want to drink beer. Go get loose. Do anything, because it's like that's all it is about. And like you're gonna remember those days way more than any other. Like working towards a contest or something like that. Dude, just get out there, go have fun.
And when you wake up in your tent when the sun comes up with all your best friends and then go until you pass out at you pass out early because you're waking up with the sun. So say you pass out at 10, like that day, the amount, because you just wake up with your friends, that's like feels like a week.
Dude, yeah, it slows down life for sure.
Hit 4 skate parks, go on
like,
some creeks. You're like, how do we do all that stuff today? It's because we woke up, jumped in the van, ate Trader Joe's, and just kept going.
Dude, it's the best.
Where are you guys finding all these Trader Joe's?
They're everywhere. That's how we map out trips. Is Trader Joe's.
I live off Trader Joe's just because it's so cheap.
I think I've eaten like 2,000 rainbow wraps.
Oh yeah,
they're starting to take us like plastic though.
Yeah, shouts to Trader Joe's.
Yeah, damn. Imagine a little Trader Joe's sponsorship.
Imagine.
Then these trips are going to be like $100.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, right.
Oh my goodness.
Any other Instagram questions?
Let's get a few more of those in. We'll do more of these. I'm not very good at this. But they've also, how bad does Jason smell? Jason Watts. That's a funny one.
I mean, he's not that bad.
Actually, he does stink though after a bender.
Actually, yeah, he
smells
just,
like a rotten.
Yeah,
rotten
when he does his
can.
recovery nights and he's just like fucking in the van, like dead.
Yeah,
yeah, he smells like shit.
Recovery nights.
He cleans up well.
Like
He
shit.
dies.
He dies.
He'll be gone for 24 hours.
You
Like,
wanna,
he literally
You want to
just-
talk about all the
curl
partying
up.
Jason does? You want to talk about the 2 days after that he goes into a ball and can't leave the house? Yeah, for sure.
But then he's fine when he wakes up.
But then
He
he's
knows
fine.
how to like
It's the
hibernate. and
recovery
die.
days, dude. He has those for sure.
Like he just like actually regenerates.
Slurms McKenzie, that's his nickname. Because he goes into a Slurms mode and he's like in his blanket on your couch somewhere and he's just like dead. And then he'll like
He doesn't eat.
some food. No, he doesn't eat.
When he wakes up, he eats. But he'll go
he's
like.
getting so much better though. I see him making smoothies and stuff. And like, yeah, he's gonna hear this and be like, "You fuckers!" But he's getting better.
Jason's
Watch
I'm
him.
excited to have him back.
Oh my god,
feel
he's
like-
the best
yeah.
to have around. I
It
heard,
sucks you guys. I mean, so that's something because Jason
go.
was gonna officially move here, right?
Not officially, but it was
But,
like
like,
my
and then
situation.
it's
Like,
same-
yeah,
it's gonna be his
as you.
home base.
he's got a van here and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, we were just gonna home base it, and then we were just like, our plan was to travel between contests and everything, and
Yeah.
just keep it going
Yeah.
because we were gonna film a new video, and then yeah, so it's still gonna happen. We're just waiting, like. Because we want to get Dovey, like we're gonna film a part with him. I want that kid to film a part so fucking bad.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That kid's gonna get some people stoked.
It's insane.
And selfish we get myself stoked. So
All right.
would you be down? Because someone just watched our little Real BMX interview thing we did, and this guy asked if you would be down to film an X Games Real BMX part. If it was like the
because
same
we
rules
talked about
where,
it.
yeah, we were wondering like someone like you who is known to make like skate park footage videos. You throw a lot of skate park footage. Would you be down to film one that is all street, like nothing
oh,
that
street
was,
part? Oh, 100%.
but no ramps though?
Yeah, 100%.
You'd be down to do that?
Dude, I'd fully do it. Yeah.
I think you could still ride ditches and
Yeah.
I don't think
Well, that's-
trails.
Well, like
though.
somebody brought up Greg Illingsworth part because
Yeah.
he had that
Well,
a lot
okay,
of curve wall rides
But
and stuff
Yeah.
like
yeah,
that.
like
Yeah.
like I ride street. Like people label me as
Oh,
like
you
I know, like a tranny rider, but it's like, dude, I ride street all the time.
Yeah.
Like we travel around the world for it, but then you don't get classified in this stupid section of like how you ride it, so you're not like a street rider. But yeah, I fully would.
Well, you drove across the world to go ride a street quarter pipe though.
All the time. Yeah, we've done it multiple times. We were gonna go to Poland this year just to ride one thing.
That is that the.
I mean,
the
that's what you
arch
do
thing?
for- that's where you
No,
play-
have you ridden that arch thing?
Like the 2 quarters in Poland.
Yeah.
That like Oski skater, like alley oop dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit. It looks
Fuck.
crazy. We were gonna go all the way out there just for that.
I mean, street missions happen all the time because of that, and then you just find the
Yeah.
spots that are around that one thing that you were looking for. That's what we went to Columbia because one spot looked really
Did
good,
you- oh,
and there was a million.
Dig posted a video like 2 days ago or something, and it's literally this oceanfront spot, and it's a perfect like 8-foot, 10-foot quarter pipe, 2 wall, and it has like all these like blocks around it too. It looks epic. I literally screenshotted it and sent it to Gary. That's how good it is. Like
Oh, I haven't seen
now
it yet.
I'm gonna have to splice this in.
Pull it up, pull it up, pull it up.
That'd be so weird doing the X Games part and it's all
Oh.
like ditches and shit. Like after watching,
guess
because
I-
everyone rides the same
I
shit.
just sent
but not
sent
the
it-
same shit, but you know what I
I
mean?
just sent him
You
the
gotta
video.
pick me as a filmer.
Yeah, let's do it.
That'd be
The
sick.
shittiest
But then
video.
what about this?
Holy fuck.
Cut the fence out. Fucking curve wall back over.
Oh my god.
Shout out to Pat Quinn for that idea.
Did you
Should start
send that to
cutting more
Gary?
fences
I
out.
sent that to Gary too.
Fuck.
I'm sick of fences.
You could do, I mean, it's open. It's in LA.
cut these fucking fences
Show
down.
that to Dennis.
They don't
Wow,
need
that's
fences
a
no more.
spot.
No one goes to school. No one works. Just cut these.
It's on
fucking
grass. There's a
fences.
grass lip though, so it doesn't count.
Grass.
Is that even a thing?
Not when you do something like that. Like cut
Fuck
the
you,
little, cut the
whoever
little
made that a
pathway
thing.
in, and then just fucking curve wall bounce back.
That's a real fence to cut though. You could do it.
Fucking-
I was thinking like little chain link, old school rusted fence. This is
Yeah.
like
That's a
jail
proper
fence.
fence.
Yeah.
That's it.
Corey's got the vest in his van. He'll just put that on and just.
The vest works.
Gary won't.
You cut that tree
shit.
down in
Gary won't cut
2 minutes.
that shit out.
That was a big old tree.
We cut a DIY spot that we built this like bridge thing back home. I like cut down half the fence in mid daylight with a hat on, and there's like an entire retirement complex. And I was like all scared to do it, so I put my headphones in. And I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it until I get it done."
Yeah.
And I just like walked to the spot. Everyone can see you, and I just sent it. But like they all seen me for like the last week building. They know like just because I wear an orange vest doesn't change my identity. And then so I get it done and I can't get through it all the way. And I'm like shit. And I like turn around and there's like 6 people on their balcony just staring at me. So then I just walked away and just left. And then I don't know what happened. And then come back and then I was like thought I didn't cut it. And my buddy Josh just like pushes it over. And I was like yes.
You're just nervous, like
Yeah, it's just like so. Doing shit like that's fun.
Hell
It's
yeah.
scary though because you're like oh.
part of the mission. And then when you do it, you're like the spot becomes more of you. So it's like
Yeah.
you really want to do it. It's become more of a mission. It's like
Yeah.
it's almost like trying something for hours. It's like he went through so much just to get the spot right.
Yeah, like cutting out that tree. It was like, oh yeah, we have it. Let's do it.
Yeah, the spot's right there. It's not rideable anymore. There's just a tree in the way. It's in a desert tree that's not naturally here anyways. Yeah. Let's get rid of this bitch.
Yeah, I fully believe in like altering spots and making them like work.
Me too.
Yeah,
it's a Christian Regal thing, you know. Like I always grew up watching him do that.
Not altering them like crazy, you know what I mean? But
not
like
Mastroni level.
Well, like even that, like screw it, why not?
I mean,
like,
he
do
has,
whatever you want.
Yeah,
but
it's like
the
stuff doesn't exist in the real world. For Mastroni, it's like it doesn't fucking exist, so he's gonna make it.
Yeah,
like,
dude, that's badass.
Yeah,
it's like, what's the difference between like building a wood ramp and building like concrete?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like why does building a concrete ditch fucking make it real?
Yeah,
rules, dude.
No,
it's rules, bro. No grass.
Yeah. Look at everything we're trying to escape, right? And then you like people push rules. Oh man, rules are fucking suck. But yeah,
Word? Is that
that was most of them. Thanks everyone for writing the Instagram things, and I had to screenshot some, and we talked about a lot of it. Everyone had really good questions, but
we're about 2 hours in.
We kind of
brushed 2 hours in.
Of them.
Almost an hour 50.
Holy shit,
goes by quick.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, it's cool.
Let's chat.
DIY, van trip,
put it on the table. Tell me the plan.
Trips,
tell me the plan, and we can end the podcast.
Well, it's just gonna be a road trip. That's all it is.
Ah, you're lying.
What?
The thing he wants to know about.
Oh, he's still
it's literally just a road trip. Like that's all. Like it's literally that's all it is.
It's more I thought it was a contest.
No, it's gonna be a road trip.
Okay,
that is the vibe of it.
A bunch of people on a road
trip.
But
we want to get a bunch of people on a road trip. That's all.
Mega tour.
Well, not that.
Yeah, kind of though. Like
kind of, but not
road
like that.
to glory.
But your own style.
Yeah, bum a tour, tent a tour, something like that.
Okay.
I think we're gonna get we just want to get people together because like people like especially with like sponsors and everything right now, everyone's real separate and doing it, and we just want to try to figure out something to get everyone together.
Oh yeah.
And then, so we're gonna work at that. Hopefully it comes out.
You say like mega tour like it's a kind of a simple idea, but I think that worked really well back then. And now like Corey's saying, like companies want to put their budgets into their own thing, but there's such a lack in like getting 25 dudes together and going together and just mobbing skate parks and just making shit, like just traveling up the Northwest and just
that's all we want to do. And then so
with a giant group of people, not just fast and loose, right?
Like, not just fast and loose, but then we do it with Cult too, and it's like the sickest thing ever. That's why I want to do it with more people, because like what we have with Cult is like the most special thing ever, because we can do that right now. We can go on like a tranny trip or go on a street trip and everyone will go on it. Like that's like the sickest thing.
That's very cool.
Yeah, so
that's cool. I always thought that it was like when Robbie put Foley on and stuff like that. Like I was like, oh, is this like a lack of a better word, but transition towards transition, I guess. Like,
well, there kind of was a turning point, wasn't there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially like in our style, like in like our industry, like it was all towards one thing.
Yeah.
And then now we're going on skateboard trips, like skate park trips again. And it's like, but that would happen in skateboarding too. You know what I mean? Like, I know Robbie wanted to do that because Robbie loves everything. And he's a fucking trailhead, right? Like, so yeah, like I think he had that in mind for sure. You know, cool. That dude's like a genius. He knows what he's doing.
He's got an eye for it.
Yeah, he's got an eye for it. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Shouts to Robbie.
Shout out to Robbie. He's
always been handling and all the boys.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Hell yeah.
So what was that long timeline? You didn't show me. I wanted to see it, but you said we had to trade timelines, and we kind of just called it.
I want to see yours. Yeah. No, I'm just working on something.
I'm
just always working on something, and it's I'm just working on a part right now. And then because I was bored, and COVID happened, and I was at home building DIY spots, and it was just like, let's just keep filming and riding and working towards something.
And you have your own camera and a couple friends that always seem to film.
That's how we film everything. I got the same camera as Vish, so footage matches up, and then from there we'll get Vish to, like, he's going to come on a trip with us too, hopefully. Hopefully this podcast makes that official, and he'll come on the road.
Nice.
But yeah, we're just, I'm always just working on something. So working on a call part.
Hell yeah.
It's going to be a coal part?
Yeah, it still will be a coal part.
Cool.
Like putting everything in for
Do they help you with gas and stuff?
Yeah, Robbie helps with everything.
That's so cool.
Like without Robbie, like wouldn't be able to do this.
It's cool for you and cool for them because like here's gas money and you already are naturally doing this.
Yeah,
so it's just
and
like,
he fucking
camera.
I love the fact that he gets what I'm doing, I think. Well, like like I'm gonna travel and I'm gonna go film places, and all of my money I make is going into my gas tank just so we can have good times. And like that's how we work. That's how, like, I'm not someone that like can be like, all right, we're filming a part now. we have all these locations mapped out, and we're like, I got all these clips I'm going to keep ticking off. I'm like, no, I want to go places that I want to go to, and if like we get something, we get something. And it's like, because that's like the most natural way I find. And it's like we did that Australia trip, that cold Australia trip. That was the easiest trip ever. It was nothing but good times. And it was like, and we got a video out of it. And yeah, so.
Hell yeah. It's a motivating video too, because it's a lot of like sessioning and you guys just killing it.
Well, that's what we do. Like one person, like you don't roll up to a park and like one person gets out of the van, films something, the other person gets back into the van. You know what I mean? Like it's everyone trying to like get together and ride. It's BMX. It's like we're trying to like all have fun together. And a lot of those times it's hard to film. So it is sick. Like when Veach was on that trip, because usually we would be like so in the moment that we're like, oh, we forget.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it's nice to have an actual filmer.
Oh, yeah,
a lot of your guys' sessions probably like fast and loose when you guys all film each other.
Yeah.
Some crazy stuff probably happens without being filmed.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Because you're just all riding together. Like, fuck, we're making a video.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, we're getting better at that. Just because like, that's what I always said when I stopped racing. I was like, I don't like filming, but if it's the sacrifice I have to do to be able to like keep riding a stupid little kid's bike, why not?
But you seem like you found a fun, organic way to keep filming.
Yes, yeah, and like I find motivation in filming parts and stuff too, just because it's like I like being able to like put everything like on the table that I want to do. Like if that makes sense, it's like you're like it's like the artistic thing you can do in BMX. Like you can put everything you want to do on the table, and it's like that's like. Not your portfolio, but that's like what you're like it'll be sick. It's going to be like when you're older and you can look back and be like, wow, like this was like our little piece that we had. So it's like, yeah, I like parts. I don't hate parts. Like, so yeah.
It's a photo book.
It is a photo book.
Yeah.
Photo
memories.
Book. Oh, yeah, memories. It's just a shitload of good times packed into once.
You're like, oh, that's that park where fucking Jason puked in the trash can for an hour and then did something.
I'm the one that threw up. Jason doesn't throw up.
Oh, yeah, Jason doesn't throw up. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Yo, he did. I've only seen him throw up. Oh, yeah, I've seen him throw up a bunch.
A couple times.
Yeah, a couple.
He'll go a little too big on
We always
accident
make
sometimes.
Jason seem like he's so gnarly. Yeah.
He is gnarly.
He is gnarly. Best dude, though. Fuck.
Best gnarly dude.
If you need a skate park built, hit up Jason. Because if you're in Australia, he's probably too busy to build it.
He might be booked out, but dude, yeah, Jason Watts can build.
Dude, he is like
best ramps right now. I think.
Yes, he's getting good. He's getting real good.
Every time I check up on him on his Instagram story, he's building a ramp.
Dude, when he did it at the Village, when he did all 4 corners in like a day or a week or something, like that's crazy.
Getting corners down.
Because I remember
now.
when we were at your ramp, it was like, dude, that shit hard. And then he's working with like, so, like I don't build ramps. I'm a woodworker, and then like I'm learning how to build ramps, and he's like having to teach me as we go. Like it's probably hell, but we'll teach all of us.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Well, Corey, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thank you.
Fudger, thanks for building this awesome studio for us to do podcasts in.
Yeah, so I don't have to
Is this the first one in the studio?
Well, we did the X Games thing.
Oh,
it's the first podcast. So.
Oh yeah, I remember I watched it. Yeah,
I like it in here. We're not in the living room anymore.
Yeah, sick.
Yeah, I don't have to break it down as soon as you guys leave either.
Oh, sick. You're just gonna leave it up.
I'm just gonna leave it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're gonna record some music, make some beats.
You can. You can stay here and just make some beats if you want.
I'm good.
You drum, I'll play the guitar.
Yeah, it's good.
Hell yeah, Corey.
Anything,
anything you want to leave with? You said a lot of cool shit. I mean,
yeah, I don't know.
Anything else on your head?
Fucking thanks to everyone that helps me do what I do. I know it's kind of cliche to say that, but like all the respect in the world. Like Robbie, Vish, everyone at Vans, like Mappy and Colin. It's like, dude, without those dudes, I wouldn't be able to ride a kid's bike, and that is like the greatest thing ever. So, yeah, mad love. Like appreciate it. If I missed you, like yeah, I know Ryder too from Canada. He helps me out. So, dude, yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you to everyone who keeps Corey doing what he's doing, because he's doing his own way, keeping BMX looking even cooler. You're the man. Unclicked, ourbmx, Fudger. Thank you, guys. See you soon. Corey Walsh.
And now.
In now, bye.
Die.